show you some estimate prices. And
free estimates too. We give free estimates.
So how busy are you?
We're booked out 3 weeks right now.
Wow, 3 weeks. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So look, if you're going to get this, so do you like new builds or do you like going in and going, we can fix this?
So we work for the individual home buyer. So it all depends. Some people live in their house for a couple of years, say, hey, there's, now it's in my budget to do this, so let's go ahead and do this. Or people like, hey, I'm closing on my house soon, so how fast can you get in here and install this and get this done?
I could have a 20-year-old house and you guys can come out and fix it.
We would love to.
Yeah, we would love to.
There you go. All right, everybody, look, if you're getting ready to get that stuff done, give these ladies a call. They take good care of you. Stick around. We've got more great guests coming up right after this. Hey, everybody, welcome back. And you know what? Now we're going to talk about sleep because sleep is important.
Third of your life in a bed.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of time you spend laying down, right? So I'm here with Steve McChesney.
Yep.
Right? And he is with Superior Sleep Experience.
Superior Sleep Experience.
So tell me what this is all about.
Well, the main thing is, like you just said, sleep is so important to the human being. I mean, a third of your life is in a bed for a reason, and people don't realize this, but if you're not getting good sleep, there's going to be a consequence. I mean, a third of your life's a long time. So when you sleep, it's the only time your body can heal itself. There's no other time your body can heal itself other than when you're in sleep. And it's got to be stage 4 sleep, what they call REM sleep.
Yeah, REM.
Yeah. So our job, I actually represent a factory. We make beds.
Okay.
And our job is to make a bed where you won't toss and turn. Because the more you toss and turn, the less stage 4 sleep you're getting. Because every time you turn in a bed, you're waking up for an instant.
You are.
And you're not getting that deep sleep.
And that doesn't mean sleeping in a straitjacket. I want to reiterate this.
Well, some people.
Well, sometimes you're in those beds, but you feel like you're in a straitjacket. Well, it's just like, ugh.
Yeah. Technology has changed a lot of things.
Okay.
Beds being one of them, and people don't realize that. You live your whole life thinking you need a firm mattress or a soft mattress or a medium mattress. And truthfully, you don't need any of those. You need support. Your body needs support.
Oh, okay.
Firmness is a whole different ballgame. And the only reason that firmness really became an issue is because most mattresses were just foam mattresses. So if you have a more dense foam, it's a firmer mattress.
Right.
Less dense, it's a softer mattress. So that's the way it was. Well, today, hybrid mattresses are really the way to go. And a hybrid mattress means that there's foam and coils built into the same mattress.
Oh, okay.
So the coils are what gives you the support.
Right.
The foam is only there for your comfort.
Okay.
It's not giving you support. So it doesn't matter if you're picking firm, soft, or medium. It's just how much cushion do you want around your body.
Right.
We need the proper support. And we need the kind of support that you're going to get that deep sleep that we talk about.
To help you get to
sleep.
REM, yeah.
So our company, the factory I represent, we make mattresses, but we all adjustable bases. So
so they're the up and down.
the head, the feet, they
hot,
go up and
the
down.
cold.
Yep. And when people come to see us at the home show, they don't have to get an adjustable bed if they don't want. They want just a mattress, we can do that.
Right.
Because we have a really good quality mattress. But if they want the adjustable bed, we can do that as well. And they can get it at factory direct pricing, which is you just come to the show and you price us versus any store you've been to, you will see the difference.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with us, the mattresses we make, we take a lot of pride. We've been doing them since 1960, making mattresses.
You've been around for a while.
Wow. Well, I look good, don't I? No.
Started when I was
two. But the way we build these mattresses, we build them with a 25-year warranty on them. Now,
really?
People always say to me, I thought you're supposed to change your mattress every 8 years.
That's what I thought.
And you know why? Because Mattress Firm did a great advertising campaign back in the 1970s that said you need to change your mattress every 8 years. And they put it on the air so often that it became truth.
It stuck.
It became truth.
Right.
But that's not the truth. The truth is you replace your mattress when it's no longer giving you the support that your body needs.
Gotcha.
That's when you replace a mattress. So we give you a 25-year warranty, and our warranty is very basic. If you get a 3/4 inch indentation anywhere in the surface of that mattress, we're going to replace it over the next 25 years.
Wow.
We don't void warranties for stains, another little trick that stores like to play on you. It's funny, Beauty Rest makes a king-size mattress only. They charge $6,000 for it. They tell you that if it has to dip 1.5 inches before it goes under warranty.
1.5 inches.
Yeah. That's twice the amount that we
That's
require.
backache.
That's, yeah, it's way too late.
Wow.
But here's the problem. When you say that you want to take advantage of that warranty, if you have a quarter size stain on that mattress or larger, it voids the warranty. And most stores have that same rule.
Bro, that's
Keep that
crazy.
in mind. Well, you know, they're saying it's because you poured liquid on the mattress and it affected the foam, and that's why you have that dip. Well, that's just their way of getting out of a warranty.
That would be a poor quality foam.
Well, it is.
Right.
It absolutely is.
Okay.
But here, just so you know, a little bit of a mattress history for you. Here's the way foam works. Your body heat is what causes foam to soften. Now, we all tend to sleep in the same positions every night, so we're always
Right.
addressing that same area of
Yep.
foam, and over time, it just doesn't come back, and that's why you end up with those little valleys. The reason that we can give you such a long warranty is because your body's not affecting the foam the same way on our mattress. We have a gel and copper infusion on the top that's separating you from the foam, the foam doesn't get addressed that way. That's
Gotcha.
why you're not going to get that dip. And speaking of that copper and gel,
Yeah.
which, since you asked,
Yeah.
the gel's job is so that hot sleepers won't sleep hot, cold sleepers won't sleep cold. It's very neutral to both.
Okay.
The copper we just recently added because copper is an antimicrobial. No
Yes.
germs can live in the mattress because of that copper. And it's also an
Ooh.
anti-inflammatory. So
Yes.
if you've got arthritis or
Yep.
things like that, you're going to be sleeping on it all night long. It's just going to be better for you. And we're one of the first factories to add copper to our mattresses. I promise you, next year, every factory out there is going to have a line of mattresses
yeah.
with copper in them.
Because Superior came out with it, like, hey, it's working for them. Let's
Well,
do
it's
this.
just smart. It's
Yeah.
just smart.
It is smart.
And as I say, a third of our life's in a bed. Let's
Yep.
make it the best third that we can have for our bodies to heal themselves overnight.
That sounds awesome.
That's what we do, Superior
Dude,
Sleep.
thank you for stopping by. So
Hey.
how do people get a hold of you?
They can. I think my number is going to be on
Yep,
the
it was.
show here. You can call me at
Absolutely.
that number. We have a website. You can't buy from the website, unfortunately, because we sell to stores. However, you can call me. I am a rep for the factory, and we can work out some kind of deal for you. That website is good, though, for you to go and you can learn all about what we make, and so you can see and get all the details about those things. And then give me a call when you're ready.
That's awesome. Thank you for stopping by. I
My
appreciate it. Hey,
pleasure.
everybody, look, it's time for to get a new mattress. Every 8 years. No, I'm just kidding.
Every 8 years.
But if you feel like you need a new mattress, give Steve a call.
Yeah, please
He'll
do.
take good care of you. Stick around. We'll
I'll
be
do it.
right back after these messages. Hey, everybody, welcome back. And you know what? I got Brandon here from Trinity Solar. And you know, solar's a good thing.
Sure.
You know, we're run by the sun. We might as well take advantage of the sun. But what makes Trinity Solar different?
Superman gets his power from the sun.
Well, see, you are a nerd. I'm a nerd. Okay, we can go there because normally I would never bring that up. But you're right.
Yeah.
Without the sun, Superman's just like us.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But he is an alien,
Right.
which is kind of cool.
Perfect setting.
Right. Exactly. So let's talk about Trinity and what makes them different than everybody else.
Sure. I think what makes them different is, well, first of all, we've been in the business since '94, starting as a roofing company first.
Okay.
So I believe that we're one of the only companies that have actually outlasted the life of their warranty.
Right.
So that's important.
Yep.
You know, you got to make sure you've been in the business long enough to know what you're doing.
And that since '94. So as many interviews as I have done, you're the first company that's come to me and said, "Hey, look, you know what? We've been around since '94."
Yeah, family owned and operated by two
that's
brothers.
awesome.
Yeah.
That alone makes me go, "Okay, I'm listening to you now."
Yeah, makes it a little bit softer.
It does, right.
Yeah, softens it, yeah. So I would say that I've seen firsthand a lot of the way that we deal with the community.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, when you're not sitting across from somebody who's like trying to get a paycheck out of you and how much can I get from you? And
Yep.
it makes it easier when you know that there's no pressure.
Right.
And I think that I've read a lot of the reviews actually when I first started, and the things that they say about the process,
Right.
I think that's one of the major things, if you ask me, in my opinion, what separates us from, because we show you what the options are, and then you tell us what to do.
That's a good approach.
Right.
Right. Because most of the time you're sitting with these guys and they're just want to get paid.
Yeah.
They just want to get paid. That's it.
I wouldn't want somebody telling me, hey, you should do this, you need to do this. I mean, that's too much pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So is it still a rebate thing going on in Florida, or is that kind of settled itself down? Because on TikTok and on Facebook and on Instagram, you can get free solar if you live in this area, and it's really good for you, and all this kind of stuff. And then you're
Yeah.
like, wow. Or what's the other one? Tesla. You can get a free Tesla. I'm like,
Right,
what?
right.
No, come on. There's got to
Really?
be a catch.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it real?
Yeah. The federal incentives are definitely real.
Okay.
Not every company is trying to promote that. One of the things I'm not sure if everybody's aware of is whether you rent or own your home, you're actually paying into clean energy already.
Okay.
So I don't know if have you seen the solar farms like off the highway?
Oh my gosh, they're everywhere.
Right, right. So I mean, we're paying for clean energy, but at full price,
Oh.
right?
Yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah. So why not produce it myself?
Right.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
a great idea. Yes.
I think the key is just it's getting the information first.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I believe, get sold on the idea and the benefits of solar.
Yeah.
They just have the wrong information for their specific situation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So the more you get, the more informed you are. At least you have something to compare to. Say, hey, this is better or this looks better. Like, you got to have options, man. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. You know?
That's probably the softest sell I have ever heard in my life, and it
Sure.
makes complete 100 sense.
Yeah. I mean, well,
It really does.
You know, I came into the business not knowing too much about solar,
Right.
but I did my research on the company, and that they had me sold. This is like it's family owned and operated, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
You know?
It truly is family.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So if I want to get a hold of you, what's the process? Do you come to us? Do you come to them? They come to you?
Well, actually, you'd be interested to know that we actually, I believe it's 255 Home Depot stores up and down the East Coast have invited us into their place of business.
So now, see, so Home Depot. If anybody at home doesn't know, Home Depot just doesn't let you in.
Right.
You got to be invited in, and because that means they've done their research and their homework.
Exactly.
Okay.
New Jersey, Massachusetts, Long Island now, Florida, Tampa, Orlando. Excuse me, not Orlando, but we're in Port Orange and Daytona.
Okay.
So New Jersey, Northwest is Mass, Rhode Island. I believe New Hampshire. I mean, we're just growing and growing.
Nice.
And to be invited into Home Depot is huge.
That is massive.
Yeah.
That makes me
So-
feel better.
Right.
And because I'm a Home Depot guy. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
A lot of people are, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's relatable.
Yes, it
You
is.
know?
So what's the best way people get a hold of you?
The best way people get a hold of us, I would say, is the Trinity website.
Okay.
That's Trinity-Solar. Yep, there it is. Energy with integrity.
Nice.
That's they definitely stand by that
Okay.
for sure, 100%.
Awesome.
Yeah. The way they handle things in the community, like it's important for us to help the community. You know, they've done solar for military bases. They give back to the community.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, like
So how far out are you guys right now? Waiting list.
Like waiting list.
Yeah, to get solar.
It's not that. I mean, it's a process.
Yeah.
So I mean, like for.
Hiring a professional to sell your home should be simple and cost effective. We only charge a 1% commission to list and market your home. When we obtain the buyer, it's a total of 2% commission. And when a cooperating agent through the MLS brings a buyer, it's a total of 3% commission. With our 1-2-3 listing program, you could finally choose a company that focuses on putting more equity in your pocket. Let me show you how selling your home could be as simple as 1, 2, 3.
Hey, everybody, welcome to a Focus on Business. And you know what? I have got the man, the legend, Peter Crampton.
In my own mind.
Well, hey, we have to live it somewhere, right?
Right.
You are with Be Seen Pro. Now, I've known Peter for quite a while, and I literally remember when you started this.
Right.
Matter of fact, I was a previous client.
Yes, you were. Yes,
Right?
you were. Yeah.
So, we're actually going to talk about all that kind of stuff. So, Peter and I have known each other for a while. I've watched his journey in this, and it's finally I said, "Hey, look, you got to come in. We got to do a show about what you're doing here." But it's been a long journey, hasn't it?
Absolutely, but a worthwhile one.
It has, right? So it's like, I mean, just in this, we're going to go back, but just in this right here, you've really done everything the wrong way to be able to do it the right way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm talking from experience, not from something I read in the book.
Yeah, you didn't go buy a pamphlet and go, "Hey,
No.
I read a book. Oh, hey, look. Oh, I can do that."
Right,
And that's
right.
what you did. You literally from scratch did this.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about what Be Seen Pro is.
Be Seen Pro is it's a platform for you to get your message out, and it's different than most things because in most advertising it's either set on a counter, put into a mailbox. Not that those are bad, but
On the back of a pizza box.
pizza box. But I found a way of putting your brand right in somebody's hand, and so that's what makes it different.
It's phenomenal. So it is a menu, correct?
Correct. So what I found, I'll tell you how it all started.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
I owned gyms back in the Midwest, and I was, when I first started, it was a lot of guerrilla marketing, going out and putting flyers on counters, going to groups, handing out passes, until I started building it up and I had enough money to do a direct mail piece. And I did a direct mail piece, and I came home one day like so many other people and grabbed my mail and grabbed what I wanted and threw the rest in the trash can,
Right.
and there was my postcard.
Ah!
But you know what? It worked,
Yeah.
but it was expensive. So one day a guy came by my gym and said, "Hey, I'm doing a menu for Harris Pizza," I think it was. He says, "Would you like an ad on their menu?" I said, "How much?" And it was a couple $100. I said, "Absolutely, I'll give it a try." And I got more people that came in off that than anything I ever did. And it was one of the least expensive things I've
The
ever.
least expensive things.
Yeah. So effective doesn't always have to be costly.
Right. And it is, my wife even uses, is on your menus. Now,
Absolutely.
And I need to be, I keep saying it, but I'm just, I'm the very epitome of the guy that goes, "Oh, Prince dead," but it's not dead.
It's not.
Which is really, really good. But so this is not just something that you just, you figured out overnight, and you've done all this other things in your life to get you to where you're at now.
Absolutely.
So so you own gyms.
Right. So it all started with, I had a horrible car wreck in 1986, broke my pelvis in 10 places.
Oh.
If you look, there's a hairline, I ripped my skull back. I mean, I was a mess. Now, I was 350 pounds, having seizures, and I turned my life around, and I said, I want to get, I want to get an artificial hip. And I went to the doctor, and he says, "Man, not your weight." And so I joined a gym and just crushed it, and just went first on a cane and get on a bike and pedal, watch what I ate, lost a bunch of weight, and started working at a gym. And I really loved the business because I had a passion for it from
Right.
where I came.
Right.
And my mom got ill. I moved back to the Midwest. And so the skill I had over 10 years in the gym business. I took those skills and I started opening gyms in the Midwest. Great business.
Yeah.
If you like, lots of employees and big
Right.
overhead and
Massive overhead.
yeah, I can't make it in today, all that stuff,
Yeah.
So that's where it started, and I just, when I sold the business, moved down to Florida, and I thought, what do I want to do? And I got my insurance license, and nothing against the insurance people out there, God bless you. It just wasn't my cup of tea.
That's where we met
That's where we met.
because
right?
it was Aflac, right? Yeah.
I did Aflac because it was simple. I like simple, John. I'm
Simple
not
is so much easier.
Oh gosh, if you, I'm just not a real detail.
But they say KISS, right? Keep it simple, stupid. Or
Yes.
just keep it stupid, simple. Something like that. I don't know.
Keep it simple.
I can't even remember. So there you go.
But I love it. I love simple because sometimes people start explaining things to me about it, marketing or whatever it may be. It's a very complicated thing, like Facebook. I don't, if I want to do that, I go to that people that know how to do that.
Right.
Because it changes so much. Anyway, so I like simple, and this is a simple way of doing things, and so that's what I like about it.
So what did it dawn on you? Go, hey, I did this back in the day.
I was having my cup of coffee in the morning, a little quiet time before the wife gets up and the dogs are barking. And I don't know, I was thinking back about the gym business, and I remembered that day. And I thought, maybe I could figure this out. And Anna Farrell, who's a big advertiser with me and a friend, I asked Anna, I said, Anna, who do you know that's got a pizzeria? And she said, go talk to Vinny at Mamma Mia's. And so I went to Vinny and I said, and I made up a mock menu.
Right.
So this thing looked like a mock menu.
Yep.
And I said, hey, I want to do free menus for you. And he said, what's the catch? And I said, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put local advertising on there. I won't put anything that will go against your food business. I won't put another restaurant. And I won't put anything that a child can't look at. And he says, yeah, let's give it a try. Well, that was October 2018. Vinny does a menu with me every 6 months from then on out, and it just, but I don't want to, I just sound like I jumped from here to there.
No.
There was, that first menu took me a month to sell because nobody knew me. Nobody had ever experienced that with me in that field. But I loved it. There was something about it I liked. And here's one of the things I really liked was it was so affordable that the little guy starting off could afford to do it. And
Right.
I'll show you a little later. I've got big guys that advertise with
Right.
me. But I made some mistakes along this journey. And so that's why I really wanted to talk to you, because I want to share this process with other people.
Right.
But it's beyond my wildest dreams. It
Right.
really is. But you saw me, there was 3 or 4 times I called good friends and said, heck with this. I'm not going to do this. I said, don't stop. You got something good
Right.
there.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I can't go. So I'm looking down at the menus. Every menu that you have there, I go to. Every single one.
Well, I follow you on Facebook. I find out where you're eating at.
Yeah, that's what it is. John's going here. I gotta go get a menu there, and it is such a great idea. We had a version of this that we started. Well, we were going to start back in the early 2000s with digital signage on TV screens, right?
Right.
And it's like now it's. My wife looks at me and go, we could have been millionaires because it's everywhere.
Right,
and I'm like,
right.
I know, I just
Right.
did, I just really, back then a single TV would cost you $2,000.
Right.
Or, a big one. So you're like,
Yeah.
I just don't have that kind of pockets at that point in time.
Right. Now,
But anyway.
now it starts to fade a little bit. I throw that one away, get a new one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So so when you go in, how receptive now are the restaurant owners in the area?
Well, in the beginning, I had to find one menus. Now I'm turning them away.
Right.
So I'll have people call me and say, I want to do a menu. And of course, I'm going to look at their ratings because I want to put ads on restaurants that people love their food.
Right.
And the other side of it is I'm too busy. I don't have room for it. In fact, this is a great story. I had a guy call me a couple times and I kept telling him no. Last time he called me, I said, hold on a second. I got an idea. I'll do your menu. You sell the ads. He goes, I definitely will sell the ads. He says, I already have people coming to my place and they have their business cards up there. And so I'll get those people to put an ad on the menu. So it's just really taken off from me having to find the advertisers now that the restaurants are finding them. I also have gone to telling restaurants because they deal with people all the time.
Right.
I want you on my menu, and if they call me and I put their ad on there, I give the restaurant a kickback, so they get free menus and a little pocket change.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
I'm paying you to make menus for you.
Yeah, and it is genius. I mean, it's genius. But it didn't just happen.
Right.
You know, and that's what a lot of people you have tried to. Well, I mean, tell them you made every mistake you could make.
Absolutely. First, when we first started off, we were just doing a flat piece that goes on top of a pizza box, which was great, but I was limited to pizzerias. And I'll be honest, John Beebe called me up one day and says, "How come you don't do menus for us little deli guys?" And I said, well, and there was something about John, I said, well, let's talk. And so we talked about doing a trifold, and I did a trifold for John, and it took off, and it was great, and that really opened it up. So now I don't have to find a pizza place that's got good ratings.
Right.
And now I've got, how many restaurants are within a 5-mile radius of any location, or how many businesses are in that location. So it's fruitful ground.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is absolutely phenomenal. So we actually have a video.
Yeah.
And then we're going to play this video. Normally, I would never play a full-length video.
Right.
But we're going to play a full-length video so you guys at home can get an idea of what this is all about as well.
And don't be scared. Full length is like 30 seconds.
It's not very long.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Let's play that back there in the back.
Did you know, according to Nielsen research, the average customer spends 109 seconds studying a menu, and it only takes 2 seconds to increase recall, raise brand awareness, and inspire purchase intent? At Be Seen Pro, we understand the importance of those 2 seconds, which is why we put your ad on the menus, right where they are looking. Your ad will be placed directly in the hands of restaurant-seated, delivery, and takeout customers. Your ad will remain on the menu for future orders. Our advertising finds your customers so they don't have to find your ad. Contact us today.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yes.
Clean.
Right.
So now when you're looking, so let's go back to what are you looking for in a restaurant to be able to do menus?
Well, there's a couple things, obviously simplicity of menu. If they're, I'm half Greek, and I've gone to some of these Greek restaurants. Hey, can you do a menu? And it's like, well, to put your encyclopedia on I won't have any room for advertising. So it's got to be a menu that is doable to have their menu on there and leave room for advertising. So, and you want obviously a great rated location. Top of mind, if people mention a place a lot, that's a great place to do a menu because people want to be on good places.
Right. Okay. Now on your website, I love this page. We're going to show this real quick. There's 6 reasons to advertise.
Right.
Right. And hopefully, so number 1 is distribution.
Right. So let's say you just print up a little flyer you're going to hand out, and you print 5,000 of those. You got to go around and hand those out.
Yeah.
And you know what? You hand me a flyer, I throw them away. I mean, unless it's something that's just like really, like you're saying, free something or whatever.
Right.
But these get handed to them on the menu. So we do the distribution for them. I print them up. I give them the restaurant. The restaurant hands them, with their to-go and takeout orders. Or if they're doing a dine-in, some use them for their dine-in too. But, I'm going to go back to something. When I did that ad on that menu for the pizza place back in Davenport, it was a dine-in menu.
Really?
So I do those, but I like my menus. The takeout is 90% of mine because your ad doesn't sit on that counter. It goes in their house with their food. So distribution, we do the, for what you would pay to print your own stuff, and you could buy an ad and we'll hand it out for you, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that just takes your legwork out of it.
Absolutely. One thing that I don't care if you're Bill Gates or Pete Crampton, the one thing that we all have today is, 24 hours. So it's time. We're all equal when it comes to time. So
that's correct.
How can I don't have 9,000 assistants and all these people doing things for me. I got to be efficient in my business. And so how do I get my message out there? Like I always talk about, we network a lot together. Mm-hmm. There's nothing better than networking. Do you hear me? I mean, I'll say networking is better than any advertising you can do. But I can't be at all these networking meetings. I'm at the ones I'm at, but how do I get my message out there on a consistent basis to those people? So I have to figure a way to advertise. And so my process allows the little guy. I've done ads for Avon ladies, and I've got some big advertisers. So whether you're just starting off or you've been established and you want to keep your name top of mind, I can help.
That's now the next one. The next reason is affordability.
Absolutely. So I have advertising as little as $250 for, I say, 6 months of advertising.
Whoa. 6 months? Is that $250 a month? Or
No, $250. But
wow.
So here's another thing. When I had the gyms, I'd have people come by. Hey, are you interested in doing this? I said, how much? And they'd tell me the price, and I'd say, yeah, let's do it. And then they'd start writing it up, and it was this price. Oh, then design fee, and then distribution and placement.
Right.
And, next thing it's 30% higher than what we agreed on. I'd say, get out of here.
Right.
So my prices include design, everything. It's not so $250 one time for, I say 6 months of advertising, because I print 5,000. Some of them go through them in 5 months, some go through them in 7 months. But unlike other advertising, when the next publication comes out, the old ones get thrown away. My menus get handed out until the end. Then I'll reprint for the restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah. So no wasted ads.
That is amazing. 250. Now is that 250 per size or?
Yeah, I have different sizes. So
Right.
that's my single ad. I've got a double ad. I mean, if you see May Solar that buys a back panel, I think he likes these are all different menus.
Boy, he is just the man.
He likes that back.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a quick story about,
Sure.
We started off where I started. So I'll tell you how, about a month ago, I had a friend come in from out of town. It's Monday, and we're in Florida. He wants to go to Clearwater Beach. I go, it's Monday. I should be working. Now, if I own the gyms, I'd say I can't. Right? If I own a brick and mortar, but I said, well, what the heck? I'll work from the beach.
Right.
And so when I was at the beach, I have a lady that does the back end stuff for me. She goes, Pete, here's our next 10 menus coming out. You're that next 10 coming out. I start off with getting one in a month.
One.
And so I thought, okay. So I texted Billy May. He owns May Solar. I said, Billy, here's our next 10 menus. Are you interested? And he said, yes. And I said, which ones? And he said, all of them.
All of them.
All of them. And so that's a nice little day, 10 menus with the ads anywhere from $500 to $900. Now that's a $900 ad.
$900.
So
but it's 6 months. It includes all your design, right?
Billy said to me, Pete, I've canceled all my advertising except for your menus.
Dang.
So people say, how's it work? I just tell,
call May Solar. He'll tell you.
Yeah. And you'll see consistency. Anna Farrell, Deborah Diaz, Delynn Gaston. We've got a lot of people that have been with me that trust me, and I can't say enough about those relationships.
So now the next one, and this right here I love, is the exclusivity.
Right.
That's a big deal.
Absolutely. I'm talking from experience because I have my own business. I know what I like. I sell the way I like to be sold.
Right.
And first of all, I don't want to be sold. I want information. So that's what I give. But I would have people come to me and I go, oh, I like that. That's a neat thing. And I go, the only gym on there. Well, no. I said, well, I don't want to do it. So yeah, I do exclusivity. I have broken that rule once. And that's because I did a menu for Harps of Trinity.
Yep.
And we used that as a platform to raise money for a charity. So everybody knew it. Hey, we're going to allow more than one realtor. We're going to allow more, because this is helping a charity out.
Oh, that's okay. I can see that.
Yeah. And they do it up. It wasn't like I sprung it on them. I said,
yeah.
And it was exclusive to WPBA members,
Right.
So they all were pulling together to help the cause.
That is absolutely phenomenal. So, I have to my head's crooked on this one. The reason number 4 is branding.
Absolutely. We talked about it earlier. If I said it melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
M&Ms.
M&Ms, right? The real thing, Coca-Cola. And they have branded that information into our heads. Well, no, I don't know anybody in my circle that has millions or billions of dollars of advertising. So branding, people need to see your message more than once. Well, I'll take that back. If your message connects with a person that needs your service right there,
It could be one time.
it could be one time.
Correct.
But If I eat a restaurant, my favorite restaurant, which I have lots of them, if I eat there twice a month and I
Right.
see the menu, I'm one of those guys, I don't know about you, that I know what I'm going to order. I'm still going to look at the menu.
Still look at the menu.
Look at the menu. And then I'll go, oh, I'm going to try something different. And I do it and I go, why did I do that? I wanted to get that.
Yeah, I should have eaten what I should have etten. I knew better than that.
So if they see your ad twice a month over a 6-month period, that's 12 times, So me and you are kind of like whatever, but I believe it's important they see your message, that we put it in there. So even if they're going to another avenue of, then they saw you on Facebook or wherever it may be, why does yours stand out? And the other thing is, I'll go for, let's talk about May Solar. Let's say I've been thinking about doing solar and I see the ad, I'm calling them right away. But you know what? I saw his ad. I'm not even thinking about doing solar.
Right.
2 months later, my buddy did solar. I'm thinking about doing solar.
Yeah.
And I see, so there's a chance of your ad being there when they need your service instead of a once and gone.
Right. Now, these are also to-go menu as well as in-restaurant menus, right?
Yes. Some restaurants use this exclusively for their sit-down, takeout, and delivery.
Perfect.
So this is a great point because we all remember COVID. Couldn't go to a restaurant.
Nope.
And so my business, don't be mad at me, my business grew during COVID because
I'm glad.
I was doing takeout and delivery menus. So I had every restaurant, wanting to, do menus with me. That delivery business has slowed down, but a little bit because more people are going back. So I have had some requests for people want me to do dining menus, and I do those. But
The ones that slip into the sleeve.
absolutely, yeah. It's just another great way of. And again, I want to advertise where people are looking and where people are coming on a regular basis.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Now, the next one, I love this, was longevity.
Longevity, as far. I'm not sure what so longevity, because it lasts 6 months. It's not just a once and gone like I just talked about.
Yeah.
Your ad is being sold over and over. I mean, again, I love, because I get that a lot, John, when I say $250 and they go per month.
Yeah.
No, for 6 months they work. I can't do that anywhere else.
No,
so,
you can't.
So and longevity with me, as far as my business, again, I showed you May Solar. What we're doing today is I'm telling you about my business because I want to expand this business.
We're getting ready to get into that part. Yeah.
And so the reason I want to talk about longevity is this is built up into a thing where I have clients that believe in this and are on menu over and over again. So it's created a long-term, almost like a, what do you call it? Reoccurring income, because it's just a matter, like I said, Mason, put me on 10.
Right, exactly. So, and then the sixth, I love this one, is qualified local leads.
Absolutely. These people that are going on here are people that are local, grassroots. It's not, I don't have advertisers on there. I'm not putting Coca-Cola on there or M&Ms or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's just a good grassroots thing. I also believe that there's a subconscious thing. If I like Kickin' Wings, and I go to Kickin' Wings, and Kickin' Wings, they don't know I have that person's ad on the menu. They believe Kickin' Wings is trusting that ad on their menu.
Right.
And I have had some people say, for whatever reason, I don't like that guy. I don't want him on. Okay. Because I always ask them, I say, is there anybody you don't want on there? Because I've been in a shopping center, and he'd say, see that guy down there? He had a pizza party, and he didn't use me.
Right.
I don't want to help him. And so, but that's a great leading. Then you know what I say? Who do you want on your menu?
Right.
And they go, oh, call my friend here.
Yeah. So they actually give you a lead to go, and that's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, to me, it's just, you can't get a better marketing option.
I don't believe so. I didn't understand why this worked so well. And that my back end lady, Lisa, she sent me this thing from Nielsen Research. They research everything.
Mm-hmm.
So Nielsen Research came up with the thing that the average person looks at a menu for 109 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's why it works, because your ad is where they're looking. It's not like they've got to go through a book and find your ad. There's the menu,
Right.
There's the ad. Even if they're not looking at it, we know how powerful the brain is.
Oh yeah.
It's soaking it in.
Yeah, exactly. There, it's and it's kind of funny. You sit there, like you're never supposed to eat by yourself, but I do a lot, you know. And I go to, if I go to,
That's a personal thing.
I know that's true. That's I have no friends except for you, Peter. Yeah. But you go somewhere, and and then you get the menu for, and it's something like that you want to hold on to. Go like they'll take the menu. I'm like, oh, can you leave the menu? It's not because I'm looking for something else to eat.
Right.
I'm going to the menu.
Right.
I'm
right.
like, oh, these are people that are advertising, and it helps my world because these are people that are advertising. So
Absolutely.
then, me being a video guy goes, okay, I gotta get these. I gotta call these people because if they're on there, they need to be on our shows.
I do the same thing, John. I pick up all those things I don't think work, and that's how I got May Solar. He was in a coupon book, and I walked into his office. I said, that's when I had the pizza boxes. I walked in, and I said, hey, who ordered pizza? And everybody looking around, I go, I think the owner did, because that's who I want to talk to. I said, hey, I'm doing menus on the pizza. Smart. He goes, yeah, I want to try that. Yeah, see? Yeah, so it's a great source of leads.
Right. Now we're going to jump into you're expanding.
Yeah, so again, I made the mistakes. So I'm 66 years old.
You are not.
Whatever.
You look. I can't say you're barely over 35 there, Peter.
Wait a minute. I didn't pay for that package. Tell the truth. That's awesome. But I if I was younger, I would be hiring guys to go out and do this. But every time I think about that, I think about employees again, even though they're 1099ers. I left that world of the gym with I don't want to be a babysitter. I just don't want to do it.
Right.
But so I said, how can I expand this? And I thought, well, I can teach other people how to do this in their area.
Right.
Now I'm going to go back to something you said. I talk from experience, and I'm going to be giving them a manual, but they're going to have me behind that.
Right.
So it's not just something you're going to read. It's something you're going to experience. My experience. We're in the process of doing training videos.
Yep.
We're even got an option if somebody wants me to come there and work with them for 3 days.
So I'm gonna be is okay if we talk about us real quick?
Absolutely.
So I have been in the marketing world for literally 3/4 of my life, right? And I see the benefit in this. Now we are putting a studio and actually I can't let it all out of the bag yet,
right.
but we're putting a facility up in North Georgia, and I am going to become a Be Seen Pro rep.
Right.
It's going to be added to my repertoire because to me, my brain goes, I really kick myself for not being on those menus. I really do. My wife jumped right on. She goes, you should do this. And I'm like, Prince dead. Don't tell me. It's just like, it's like me and TikTok. I hated TikTok. Now I absolutely love TikTok. But, to me, it's so I am going to be in training with you.
Right.
A, I'm making your videos.
Right.
And B, I'm in training because I'm going to take this world up to North Georgia because I think, have I seen this before? Yes. We have seen this stuff before.
Yeah.
It's not, but here's the thing. You have fine-tuned it.
Absolutely.
Right. You've gotten rid of so I don't have to sit there and go, oh, I could go up there without Peter and do this on my own, but God, do I really want to try to go and figure that crap out? No.
John, I made money from day one with this.
Right.
But I make a lot more money now because I've figured it out.
You figured it out.
Yeah.
So why not become so that's what we're doing. And so now you don't have to sit there and say you're too busy because you can just let me go and I'll handle it for you in the meantime. But you have one young man that's a great success story on this.
Well, again, I just said I didn't want employees, but I had a guy that said, hey, this Grand Deli wants to do a menu. Now, this guy was a sharp guy. He would call on big automotive industry things.
Mm-hmm.
He had a stroke. So he got he lost everything. All he could do was deliver food for Grand Deli. And he says, Grand Deli wants a menu, and I said I don't have time, just like I was talking about before. He says I'll sell it, and I'm going, yeah, okay, whatever. So I gave him the tools to go sell it. Remember, I told you it took me a month to do it.
Yep.
He did it in a week and a half, working part time. So last week I delivered 3 menus. Yesterday I delivered one, so I've delivered 4 menus in the last 2 weeks. Took me a month to do the first one. So I'm telling you, I taught this guy how to be successful. Now he's like, I want to do a territory. I'm
Right.
like, yeah, slow down. But that's how if you follow my directions. Now I'm going to tell you the other side of it. I sold a territory, and I told this guy, here's what you do, and he hasn't done a thing I've told him. And he's
Struggling.
He's trying to reinvent the wheel that I figured out, that he's doing the mistakes I made before. I said, why are you doing that? So you know what? This thing can be profitable. It's easy. It's simple. But you got to put the footwork in.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, took me a lot of knocking doors. Nobody knew who I was. But it was amazing when I delivered that first menu and they went, wow, this is really nice. Because remember, I had a mock-up.
Yep.
I said, well, I thought it was going to look like that. And they were still buying,
Yeah.
But when I showed them this on glossy and magazine quality,
Right.
it worked. And now it's like, I'm not knocking doors.
Right.
I'm calling, John, you know what? I probably would have followed up with you if I needed to. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And it could be it's even going to get a lot better because we're developing some systems for these new entrepreneurs that we're creating,
Right.
to make it easier for them. So drip campaigns because I've got 300 clients in my database now.
Yeah, it's almost like I got to run to the restaurant. Don't call these people first.
Right.
Send
Right.
an email, mass email. Hey, we're getting ready to open up a restaurant. Who wants on?
Right.
First, blah, 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 gets it.
I've sold out a menu in a day.
That's amazing.
Make $1,500.
So you literally could take this to anywhere in the U.S.
Absolutely.
Anywhere.
Well, I think, like Montana, or if you're out in the middle, so you need 2 things. You need population and you need restaurants. If you've got populations, the restaurants are there. Mm-hmm. So we've got it figured out to where you want to go here, I can show you how many restaurants are within your zip code. I've got a database of all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to it. So if someone wants to get a hold of you and go, okay, I'm interested, what do I got to do?
Yeah. My email's up there. It's peter@bscenepro.com. My phone number is 727-534-0571. And it's that easy. It really is.
It's just that easy.
Yeah.
I love that saying. It's just that easy.
Push the easy button, man.
Right. I mean, but you have to be, you're looking for qualified people that know how to go and talk to people, right?
Yeah, that's all you really need is, I'll talk to a wall. My wife goes, "Oh, you're such a good salesman." I am not a pushy guy. My
wife tells me the same thing.
But I'll talk to everybody.
Yes.
I treat everybody good, and the ones I don't like, I avoid. But I'll talk. I get talking to people. What do you do? And I tell, "Oh, that's neat." It's really been very organic. So, if you're going to do this, you got to have a little bit of personality, but you're not selling a $20,000 widget.
Right.
You're $250. Mm-hmm. Everybody in business, if they don't have $250 for 6 months of advertising, they're not the right prospect.
Right.
And
so I'm looking on your website right now, right? So if you go to that website and you look at work with us, right? I'm looking at the potential earnings per menu.
mm-hmm.
Per menu,
right,
is like $600 to $900 something. But it's all based. I know it's based on your selling in your ad spaces.
That's based on a rep selling. If you own a territory and you sell a menu, it averages $1,500.
I was hoping you'd say that because I knew how to lead you in on that one.
Yeah.
But even still, I mean, so if you got a guy I mean, and I'm not trying to sell everybody to be lazy. I'm just saying, if you need to go, look, I'm retired.
Right.
And I need to make $3,000-$4,000 a month, right? 4 menus, 5 menus.
No, buy your territory, do 2 menus.
Oh, I know. What I'm saying is, but if I just wanted to go and just, say I open a territory and I get 4 or 5 sales guys that just need to make a little bit. Dude, that's the easiest thing in the world.
I was talking to a business broker, and he says, get this put together. I got so many people who want this. I said, what's going on? He goes, you know how many people I've had come down, they've moved down here, they've retired, they moved down here, and guess what? I don't know if you guys have heard, we had all this inflation. Their money's not going as far. They're bored.
Yes.
They want to do something.
Just something.
So you can either get a job where you got to show up at this time, clock out at this time,
right?
Have somebody pushing on your back all the time.
Yep.
I told you the story about being at the beach. Some days I'm on fire. Some days I'm watching Judge Judy. I got a lovely story to tell you. So I'm sitting there one night and I'm in my pajamas, which, the baggy shirt and boxer shorts, and I'm on my phone. My wife and I are watching some murder mystery, and I got this big grin on my face, and she goes, "What are you doing on your phone?" I said, since this show has started, I've sold $1,500 in advertising. I was just I was looking at people on Facebook with their ad, and I private message, hey, I saw your ad. Look, that's a cool ad. Can I send you something I do? And yeah. Oh, I'm interested. So that other ones were just, I knew a new menu was coming out. I texted a couple of my clients. Yeah, put me on it. So I work when I want to work. I like to work, so it's not an issue. If I like to play, I don't like to work. So I just go out and have fun. I mean, I dress in shorts. I just got a logo on my shirt.
You did get a logo. I'm very proud of you.
Wow, you see me at these things. I'm in a comfortable clothes, man, sandals and.
Yep.
One of my restaurants, I walked in one day. He goes, "Are you working or going to the beach?" I said, "I haven't decided yet." He goes, "I'm so jealous of you." I said, "Well, you're the one that want to open up a restaurant." Those restaurant owners work.
They do. They work it's crazy hours.
I love working with them because, things have been tough on them.
Yeah.
And this is just one little thing that they don't have to pay for. And so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just literally, the more I've known you, the more I've watched you grow in this. It's just, I was like, man, that was you talking about being in the right place at the right time and putting the effort into from the beginning.
Right.
It's just, I'm proud to know you because, it's just one of those ideas. It's like, why didn't I think of that first?
John, I know you heard this growing up, and I always did too. Find something you love to do, and it's not a job. Well, I had to go through a lot of things I didn't love to do, but they were good money.
Right.
But I didn't have a passion for it, I mean, I did in the gym business a little bit, but when I started my own gyms, when I was out front talking to people, I love that. When I'm in the back, I was an accountant. I was an insurance guy. I was in the back. I hated it. I began to hate it. I like being amongst people. So the freedom that this has given me, I love helping other people because I love May Solar. He's got good money to advertise. But what's cooler is when I get that person that's just starting off in business and going, I'm trying to figure out how to get my name out. I said, this is perfect for you. And they can go show look at, I'm on it. They've got something they've done. We give them the artwork. If they want to go put it someplace else, most places are like, oh, that's our artwork. We'll give it to you. I'm not. If you find something that works better for you, go for it. You know.
Well, I have to say that your designer is really good.
Shh, you want more money?
Oh, no. Jeez, I can't believe you put up with her. No, absolutely phenomenal. I've seen her ads. And the layouts of the menus are absolutely top notch.
I get so many compliments, and I'm glad you brought that up because so when I started this business, I was selling the ad, then I was sending the ad off, what they wanted off to a designer, then they were sending that back to me, and I'd send it to the advertiser, change it. It was all this back and forth. And I thought there's got to be a better idea. So somebody that gets a territory from me has access to my back end designer and stuff. We'll do We'll do it all for you. We'll send it to print. We'll have the menus delivered to you. We'll do it all.
This is a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
Literally a no-brainer.
Right. Because if you're great at design, go for it. I'm not. I got great ideas, but to make
it happen,
to make it look like, otherwise you don't.
I mean, I need to talk to your designer about the new logo for the cafe. So
yeah, absolutely.
Because that is yeah. But okay, so if I call you up about what do you think the training is to get somebody ready to rock and roll?
Well, with the videos that we're going to do, I think it's going to be so simple. I'm telling you, it's like, they can get, if they could do a menu the first month, I think they're cutting them. I think they'll do a menu in a couple weeks if they give it 20 hours a week.
Right.
It's all what you put in.
20 hours a week. Where can you go and make money?
Right.
You could. So say someone's working a real 9 to 5.
Right.
But they have weekends and they have nights. They could literally start this.
Oh yeah.
And within 2 or 3 months, say goodbye to that job.
Absolutely.
That full-time job, and go, I'm going to do this now.
Why not? Yeah. I think that's a great person. I also think that, again, I'm 66. I'm not, I had to figure out something I could do that wasn't going to kill me. And so I think that person that's, semi-retired, thinking about retiring, a little afraid to retire.
That's where it is. They're afraid to
retire. They got to have some income coming in.
Right.
And, this is, and I'm not killing people on buying this. Call me up. I'll talk about that. But it's affordable to do. I want to make some money, but I want to spread it. We talked about this earlier about the guy that there's people out there that all they care about is building an empire.
Yep.
But why are they want to build an empire? I'm at 66, man. I want to make some money and have some fun.
Right.
Right. So this is it's a perfect storm.
That is absolutely phenomenal. I'm trying to make sure that we did not miss anything. Because we have a little more time left, which is kind of nice. I'm going to get back to my notes, which is well done. So what do you want to accomplish?
John, this is perfect. This thing's so simple. It's like you got to think of stuff to talk about. You know, I mean, we could have done this in a 30-second.
A 30-minute show. We probably could have, but
No, but that's beautiful. I think it's perfect. What this is all about, you know.
So now, okay. So will this work? Now, this is where my mind's been going. Will this work for other businesses other than just restaurants? Is this something that people can utilize? Like, I'm thinking golf courses.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, there's got to be other avenues.
So I had a business community, an area that had like 10 businesses in there.
Yeah.
And so they want something to cross market. So I'm going to hand out this at my business. They're going to hand it, and it's going to promote those other businesses. And we paid for it by putting some businesses that didn't compete with any of those businesses on there. So that did work. I just think you don't need to.
Right. Restaurants is just the way to go. Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's steady flow traffic. And people that go to restaurants have a little more wherewithal than somebody that just can't afford to go to restaurants.
Right.
So I want to advertise that people have money to buy what I'm selling.
Right.
So another check mark on that.
That is, I mean, it's just, oh, goodness. So as long as you follow the steps, you're good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? And I've developed this over this period of time. I mean, I could sit and tell you about some disasters I've had. Reprinting a menu cost me. I still didn't lose money on it, but I didn't make as much. But I don't want people to fall into that. Yes, it can work anywhere that you have a population that can support it. But again, if you're just a guy who says all I want is one menu a month, if I could make $1,500 a month, and now remember, to do one menu a month, you need 6 restaurants, 6 menus, because they do it every 6 months.
Right.
So I did this menu in 6 months. I got to do it again. And guess what? When you're doing that menu again, you know what you're doing? You're calling up and saying, hey, that menu's coming out again, and I've got your spot, exclusive spot on there. Do you want it? Well, yeah. I don't want my. They'll do it because they want to do it, and or they don't want their competitor to get it. Because I gotta, I say I gotta find a air conditioning company to be on this one. I was hoping, like I promised you, you have first right of refusal. And
Now you say 6 months, so that menu in 6 months. So yeah, you need 6 different restaurants to be able to maintain that type of.
If you just want to do one menu a month,
a month.
I think I do about 25.
I was going to say, how many restaurants are you up to now?
I'm at the point now where there's ones I'm not gonna renew because I got better places that want to do it.
Right.
I'm either not going to renew them, or I might have to do that thing and get like this Chris guy. If he can handle it, I'll grow a little bit.
There's always John.
If you're in, man. Let's do it. And I'm not. I shouldn't say that I wouldn't. I just want to find. I like easy, simple. I don't want. I don't want to be a babysitter.
Right. No, you're at that lovely age where you can go. I'll let someone go say,
But you know what? There's a young bull out there.
There is
that could take this.
Oh my God!
And do a menu a week, a menu a day, whatever. You got 3 people out there working. You could knock out them. I don't know what the limit is, and the other thing depends on how fast the menu sells out is ad size. So if everybody buys a big ad, there's 3 ads on the thing, right? So
yep. Oh my God, I'm actually excited now because we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna give you an example. So we have one of the things that we're gonna do is we're gonna do a half cafe, half podcasting studio up in North Georgia, right? Up near Chattanooga area. And the front half's going to be cafe, the back half's going to be, and our menu, we're going to have a Be Seen Pro menu,
right?
And it's going to have the services on, the front or the back, and then it's going to have, and I'm going to sell advertising,
right? And what the beauty too of that, John, is we don't have one menu fits all. You saw the big one.
Yeah,
we've got an 8.5 by 11. If somebody wants to do something simple, I've got a tri-fold one. So, no, this is a quad fold. So this is a guy that wanted a quad fold. And he, I did a quad fold. He had a lot of people that wanted to advertise on it. I said, okay, I'll make a bigger menu for you. And we got more advertising. Made a lot of money on that menu.
Yeah, baby.
And then, that's a quad too. But, here's something cool too. Just finished this Grand Deli.
Mm-hmm.
See what he's got at the top? A postal. So he wants to mail out half of his menus. So we can do that,
Now, and so I see you have a QR code. So your QR code happy.
Yeah.
You're because a lot of people don't like QR codes.
They're crazy, I think.
But I think, to me, if you don't have a QR code today, you're just missing out in the world.
COVID made that even bigger.
Yep.
Yeah. And we do dynamic QR codes. And I'm sure but if you're out there, a QR code, there's either static. Am I right on that? So every time they shoot, it's going to go to the same place. With a dynamic code, you can have it go to your website one time. We can change it on the background and send it to your Facebook page.
Yep.
Probably could send it to a YouTube video.
Yep.
So, if the idea of an ad is to grab their attention to want more.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make it as easy as possible for them to get more. So,
yeah, to me, that's so you're constantly now. Are you ever thinking about potentially putting this online, like a website?
We've talked about that. Yeah. I think it would be a good move, because it's just building value for the advertiser. Click on, do a map, click on that spot, you'll see their menu and you see the ads right there. It just brings up a flat PDF of their menu. I guess that's a way of doing it, but we need to explore that more.
I have a way.
Okay.
I have ideas. I really do. So we got more time, so we can sit and talk about more stuff.
Ooh.
So when you first got started, what was some of or did you have any pushback?
Well, I think the biggest pushback for me in the beginning was nobody knew my product.
Okay.
And again, I was showing them a mock-up, so it was printed on my home computer. You know, it looked cheesy, you know, so I had to convince them that I was going to put out a good product. You know, now people know who I am.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, good or bad.
They know it's solid.
Yeah, right.
It's a solid product.
You know, and the other thing, it was hard. The other thing is, if you decide to do this, it's all about integrity. I've screwed up. Believe it, I messed up.
No.
I did. So we had an advertiser that gave us a new ad, and the old ad got put on the menu. Well, what am I going to do? I had to refund their money, but I not only refund their money, I put their right ad on another menu. It don't cost, you know. You know, I've had restaurants mess up and not prove it. They said they proved it, they didn't. I'll usually hold them to it if it's something minute, but if it's something, you know, or, you know, no big deal. But if it's something major, I've reprinted it. I won't do that all the time, but, you know, it just depends on my relationship.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an example. I had a restaurant that opened up another location. They wanted to do a menu for that location. We did the menu, and somehow the address from the other location got put on that menu too. So if they handed out that menu and those people called thinking they're going to the Odessa location and their food's waiting for them in Spring Hill, they can't pass that out. Now she approved it, that menu.
Yeah.
I could say, you approved that menu. I said, I'll take care of it. I made enough money that I can do that.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. And so we figured out another process so that never happens again.
Gotcha.
So, you know, I told my my designer, I said, you know what, we can point fingers, we can own up to where we made a mistake if we learn from it.
Right.
You know, mistakes aren't bad unless you repeat them over and over.
That's called insanity.
Insanity. and they can be a teaching moment, a learning moment. And so, you know, I'll tell you a real simple thing we do. Well, before we print a menu, we look at that menu, we call that phone number, say, what's your address?
Right.
And this is for the Odessa location. Yep. Okay. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so when you have all these reps out there, all these people that are getting licenses and territories, whew, your designer's going to be busy.
Absolutely. And we've thought that out. So my designer might be overseeing 3 designers. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So, I mean, we've got a lot of growth areas. She's good. She gets things done fast. So that's not a first one. The other thing I'm going to need growth area for, I'm going to need people like myself that can, if somebody says, hey, I want somebody to come for 3 days and train me. So I've got to get people to go do that.
Go train.
And it might even be one of my current territory owners saying, hey, you want to make some money and go train this person? They've got a hand. They're just overseeing something. So who knows? That's all part of the, we've thought it out.
That's good.
You know, yeah.
So the contingencies are in. You have them covered, ready.
Absolutely.
That is
everything
phenomenal.
we think,
Right.
you know, but this is like I was in 2018 with the menu. I'm going to, you know, the first guy I just sold to,
Yep.
I said, you're going to be my guinea pig. I want to find out what, you know, where the holes are. So, you know, we found that out. We're filling those holes, and you know, but just like with I'm going to make it right. I'm going to make sure I'm available to make you successful.
That's awesome.
So if you don't move your feet, I can't help you.
All I can say is watch out, Northwest Georgia. I want that whole Alabama, Tennessee, Chattanooga area.
It's yours. Hold on, I got the agreement.
Got the agreement right there, baby. So yeah, I mean, dude, I have to say, and I know I've said this already 100 times, but I've watched this from the beginning.
Yeah,
I've watched it, and I'm like, this is just genius.
Well,
you know?
Yeah, you know, again, I found something that is repeatable and simple, and yeah, you know, it clicked the boxes before I knew why it clicked the boxes. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, again, that aha moment was when she sent me that thing about the Nielsen people looking at a menu. So, you know.
So again, let's tell everybody at home where to go and get a hold of you.
Well, there's really 3 ways you could call me, which is 727-534-0571. You can email me peter@bscenepro.com, or you could even go to our website, and there's a thing for people that want to advertise. If you fill that out and send it, just say, hey, I want more information about a territory, we can help you out.
And if the people want to advertise with you, the same thing, to go on that website, same phone number, same email, saying, hey, I want to be on a menu.
Yep.
Peter might not come see you. I may come see you. Somebody else may come see you, but somebody will come see you.
Absolutely. Might not even have to come see it. So I can send you
Here.
a nice,
This is what you got to do.
Yeah. It's really simple.
Super automated.
What's cool too about my design is half the time Elisa will get on their Facebook page, website, create something, send it to them. Hey, what do you think about this? Perfect.
Done deal.
Or if you need a couple changes, we can do it. So
that is actually, Peter, thank you for coming on today,
Thanks
buddy.
for having
I really appreciate it. Hey, everybody, if you're looking to advertise, give Peter a call.
Yep.
Give me a call, or I'll give Peter a call. If you're looking for a territory, this is a business model that is literally, we all eat.
Yep.
Everybody eats, right?
Right.
And everybody likes to go out. No one likes to cook at home. Oh, there are those crazy people. But most people like to go out and eat. So you could just go out and go, oh, you know what? This place will be great for Peter.
Yep.
Give Peter a call. So that way he can make a call, or one of your guys can make a call and go, hey, it's time for you to advertise. Thanks for watching today, everybody. We'll be back next week on Focus on Business.
Thank you.
Hiring a professional to sell your home should be simple and cost-effective. We only charge a 1% commission to list and market your home. When we obtain the buyer, it's a total of 2% commission. And when a cooperating agent through the MLS brings a buyer, it's a total of 3% commission. With our 1-2-3 listing program, you could finally choose a company that focuses on putting more equity in your pocket. Let me show you how selling your home could be as simple as 1, 2, 3.
And with a rolling intro.
Welcome to Throttle Vision TV, where we showcase the ultimate fast vehicles. Get ready to experience the speed demons in action. From screaming supercars to roaring race bikes, these machines aren't just fast, they redefine fast. Feel the thrill as a Formula One car blitzes the track, clocking speeds that defy the eye. Watch a jet-powered vehicle vanish into a blur at 300 miles per hour. Each engine roars louder than the last. Each frame pulsates with raw power. Get ready, hold tight, and witness speed like never before.
Hey, everybody. Tony,
John, what's going on, buddy?
how hot is it in Florida? How hot is it?
So if you walk outside, usually the devil's right there to greet you, smacks you on the butt, sends you on your way. That's how it is. Let me tell you, it's so hot. They've been saying 109, 110. I said, oh my God, I don't even want to go out and do anything. And you can't ride a motorcycle because it's like, okay, let's go jump in an oven and hang out in there for 5 minutes, you know?
Nope.
It's horrible.
No, thank you. So I was there Friday night late, all day Saturday, got food poisoning, didn't come back Sunday. I had to come back yesterday. And
You're
went
not
outside.
walking here?
Dude, it's a nightmare. And yeah, but Saturday wasn't, it wasn't horrible. Because I was at the Rowdies, I work for the Rowdies on their home games, and it wasn't horrible. Of course, and again, I'm sitting in air conditioning, so I can't really say much. But
yeah, flipping a switch. How your camera guys feel out there?
they suck.
Probably
It sucks
sweating.
for them. I feel bad for them. I really do. I feel bad for all of them. So yeah, but
You know what? I'm happy the 4th of July is over. We're through the hump of summer. I hate to say it like that, and
No,
everybody's like,
it is
"Oh,
what
it's
it is."
summertime in Florida." I'm like, you guys have no idea. I'd rather take 80-degree weather in Florida than this 90 some odd, because then it rains and then you feel like a lobster because you go out there and you roast because it's so steamy. It's just not fun. It gets unbearable at times.
Yeah, it does. And
But
so
that's Florida
on
for you.
today's show, let's tell everybody. On today's show, we got some great interviews. You got Brian, you got Dropkick Jewelry, motorcycle, and we got a little announcement coming from Bill Church, which is, when I saw the video, I'm like,
It took everybody by surprise. On the 4th of July, he put it out there that he was going to pursue different, avenue of life and go somewhere else. And you know what? It's 20 years. He's been there 20 years at Quaker Steak and Lube and brought it from what it was, nothing, built the property, went through it, tried to do something else, went through a bankruptcy, brought in a partner, kept Bike Night going, set records, world records, Guinness Book of World Records. We have a trophy that we built there. They've given away so many bikes and had bike nights, and it's just time. It was just time. Bill wants to go spend time with his family, and you'll hear all about that.
So we're gonna play that interview later. And so coming out of the gate, right? You have once again the Soaked and Sore Ass Ride, and
The Soaked and Sore Ass Poker Run, man. It's a lot of fun.
So I've known you now for what, almost 10 years?
I'd say more than that even, John.
Yeah, a little bit longer than that, right? And I remember when you guys started doing this, and when I first met you guys, and just hearing about it back then, I'm like, who in their right mind wants to get on a motorcycle, rain or shine, and go, well, how many miles is it?
So we're normally about 300 miles for
that's what I said, 300
a single
miles.
day trip.
Right.
And I try and stay in Florida. And Florida's great state for an event like this because you got from the Tampa Bay area, which is where we're based out of, you can go north, you can go south, you can go east, you can't really go west, but you could go north and then west. So we've done events like we've ridden to Panama City Beach, we've ridden to Georgia, we've ridden to St. Augustine, we've ridden to the Keys, Cocoa Beach. Again, this is our 20-something, 25th, maybe 26th, 27th like
annual.
27th annual.
Yeah. And
in the beginning, they weren't so long. Then I set it up to be at least 300 miles.
Right.
So, and we had destinations. Like last year, we went to the Keys. Now, it was god-awful hot when you got down there.
Right.
But the Keys was a destination. This year isn't as much of a destination as it is about the ride.
Right.
We're starting in Hudson. If we can pull up any of those pictures.
Yep.
We're going to start
bring
in
up
Hudson.
the location.
We got Austin, who's kicking butt for us on the backside. Look at this. There it is. So Hudson to Port Charlotte. Now, that's not far. If you go straight down 75, that's a 3-hour ride.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're doing.
Nope.
We're going from Hudson over to the East Coast down to about, I think, Merritt Island, Square Grouper. Then we're shooting around Okeechobee. And Okeechobee is pretty cool because Okeechobee has the 10 miles of canopied, there it is. You're going to go around Okeechobee. I haven't come into the southern part, but from 5, which is Square Grouper, you want to cut around and come through the, it's like a canopy of trees around the water. and then you're going to stop at, of course, Roland Martin. Everybody knows if you're a fisherman who Roland
Yeah.
Martin is.
Yep.
And then you go to Birch Black Widow. The one at the old fish house is actually in front of Sanity Jewelry. Sanity Jewelry is a big biker jewelry company, and that's where you're going to get your card at Sanity Jewelry, not at that fish place, but they're right
Nice.
in the same plaza. So,
Yeah.
And again, this ride is pushing 400, but your exit strategy to go home if you're in the Tampa area is not far. You're only 3 hours away from home. Instead of doing like St. Augustine, where when you get done, you still have a 6-hour ride back home, or Key
Right.
West, where you have an 8-hour ride back home. This is a loop around and you get to the end stop. Now, about the ride, you do not, you for $40 is a single person, $80
Right.
for a couple. You get a shirt, a patch, and a certificate, which I should have. I have them there if I can, we'll have you talk in a second. I'll run and go get those.
Yep.
But you don't get them until you get to the end stop. And by the end stop, I mean you have to make it to the end stop. If you pay your $40 and you get 4 stops in and your bike breaks down and you don't make it, I'm sorry, you're not getting your patch certificate and your shirt and your shirt. That's how it works. People have gotten mad at me for this, and I said, you have to earn this. This is not something that's just given. And when I'm done with the ride and I have extras, I offer it to the people on the ride, and then I destroy the shirts and the patches and certificates because you cannot get them after it's done because I don't want you to get them. That's the whole point, is going
Yep.
on this ride, finishing the long-ass ride, whether it's rain, sleet, hail, you be a news carrier, you be walking with barefoot, well, getting where you got to get to.
That's
You're going to get to the end stop, and that's when you get your shirt, patch, and certificate, and you'll see other people wearing them, and that's when it's a talkative thing. It's not just a regular poker run that everybody can go on and go, oh, that was fun, I did it, and I got a T-shirt. Nope, you have to earn it.
Yeah,
Let me
it's
go run
like-
and get it, John. You talk for a second.
All right, so it's just like those people that go and they go and get like the Boston Marathon and that kind of stuff. They'll go sign up, and then they'll get their shirt and all their swag, and then they don't finish. But yet they got the shirt and they've got the medal or whatever it is. It's crazy that people do that. But yeah, it to me, I think the best part of that ride will be 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then if you really want to, head on down to the Keys or lower. But yeah, getting back up is going to be like, yeah, show that again. Oh, there it is. What's that? Let me see it.
So there's the patch.
Nice.
Yep. There's the patch this year, Soaktosaurus. And then, of course, I got shirts. And then instead of this is a lady shirt, of course. So we did a
Of
lady
course.
shirt. And then what I did on the back was, I didn't do a big thing. I did something nice and easy in the middle where it has the logo.
Perfect. Yep.
So everybody's got the front and back of shirts. You got patches and then the certificates. And again, $40. Number one, a T-shirt patch, and it's more than $40 anywhere you go.
Yep.
So we got that going. We got everything made. A certificate is a little certificate that says I finished it. A lot of people put it in a frame with it. And you know what? It's going to be a lot of fun this year. Really good stops. Really good stops.
Oh, it's like I was saying, 5 through 7 is probably one of the best part of the ride, in my opinion. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
I've driven that 1 to 3, and 3 to 5, but when you hit that 5 through 7, hey, that's killer.
So one, you're on the East Coast. You're on the West Coast of Florida on the
Yep.
Gulf.
Right.
2, you're skirting the Ocala National Forest. Okay,
Yep.
so we're going through a forest area. 3, 4, and 5, you're doing the East Coast, which a lot of bikers in this area don't get to go do.
Right.
6, you're going to go around Okeechobee, and you're going to go through a canopy trees, a 10-mile canopy tree area, which is awesome, and you're around a lake, which is one of our biggest lakes in the state.
Yep.
Then you end up back over in Port Charlotte on the Gulf Coast.
Yep.
If the only thing I missed is swampland here. I mean, let's face it. The only thing I missed was putting you through the Everglades, and you would have seen almost everything that Florida has to offer. Well, think about what I just did. I'm saying,
Yeah.
I would have given you almost everything Florida has to offer in one
Right.
run, in one trip.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
and you know what? I think it's Black Widows are great. Birch is good. They got Twisted Fork down there. They're going to be ready for us. I talked to them today, and we're just excited to be part of this for 27 years. And I know that there's about 50 pre-registered right now. We usually get about 100 to 150 on the ride. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And we did a show from down there. Remember?
Where at?
Burt's.
Yes, at Black Widow.
Yeah. Me and the crew
Yeah.
came down.
Oh,
We did a whole
at,
show. Yeah.
That was that was at Twisted Fork, is where right
Yep.
across from Black
Yep.
Widow on the same plaza.
Yep. Exactly.
So
yeah,
let's jump
that
into some of
was-
those interviews we did. They were kind of fun. That I did that at Quaker the other day. I grabbed the camera and I told you, John, I was going to get something. I said I don't know what to do, so
Well,
I interviewed
let's-
some of the some of the.
So we're gonna let's show Brian's real quick and let everybody see. So cue up Brian's video there, bud, and then just play it when you're ready because it was a good interview.
Brian, what's going on? We're sitting here recording. We are at Quaker Steak and Lube.
Hi,
Say
guys.
hello to everybody.
How y'all doing? I'm Brian York. I'm with the Fran Hosh Law Group. Like Tony says, we're out here at Quaker Steak and Lube for Bill Church's going away party. After many, many years supporting the motorcycle community and the community as a whole, he's finally retiring and moving out of state. And if you get a chance to come out and see him, this guy has put his heart and soul into this restaurant. Quaker Steak and Lube is a staple for motorcycle riders. We've been coming here for years and years, and we are absolutely going to see him go. And I know that they'll continue with his legacy as we go on. But we're here till 10 o'clock tonight. Please come by, stop by the Fran Hash Law Group tent. Fran's the title sponsor of the event, and TJ and I and Melissa will be here.
And you know what? So he's going to go see his son and his grandson. So it's all about family. Which
Absolutely.
You really can't give him a hard time because he's going all the way to California.
Yep. Going
to spend time with his son and new baby grandson, which is awesome. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's a new adventure. I mean, he's been here for a long time. Time to try something different.
Amen to that. Brian, you're looking good, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Where were you at this weekend?
I was actually in Missouri. I had a chance to go up and Anita and I went, we did 5 different cave systems. We did Merrimack Caverns. We did, Alley Springs up there. We did all kinds of things. It was absolutely gorgeous. Really
it's funny,
didn't want to come back.
we go to mountains for vacation when we live here in Florida, don't we?
That's right. Yep.
So where else, other bike nights? You're here every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday. If you want to go to the Fran Hosh Law Group page, you can actually look, and we have a calendar of events. You stop by here at Quaker or any event where you see us, Burt's Barracuda or wherever, and sign up for our newsletter. We send a newsletter out once a month that shows all the bike events in the state that we're doing, any giveaways, and of course any bike events that are going on, poker runs, etc. So it's easy to get a hold of us, 866-LAW-FRAN or lawfran.com. Or stop by and see TJ, myself, Melissa, Brandy. We're all here, give you any information you need.
Thank you, Brian.
I just got back from Missouri.
Yeah?
2 weeks ago.
I didn't get any audio on that. Did you get, because do the people get the audio there? Because I didn't get to hear anything on that.
He needs to just go press A on everything so you can, all the videos. It's all good. It's all good. I heard it.
Yeah, I know what he said. I got it filmed it. So next one, hopefully I can hear it. Because, what's nice is I got a camera. I got these nice DJI from
I saw those.
Those are great microphones, man. Let me tell you, they're awesome. I mean, Rhett said, if you're going to be doing more interviews and stuff like that with everybody, why don't we get you some good audio equipment? And I was like, well, thank you very much. I'll definitely use it. So I'm not sure if you're aware of those microphones, which you're the tech guy, John. I know you are.
Yeah, I don't use them.
No? They don't sound bad. How did that, like I said, I couldn't hear that one, but how'd that sound?
It sounded all right.
You're a Sennheiser guy. You're like that. It's like the Republican Democrat. If it's not Sennheiser, it's nothing, right?
Oh, no.
Sennheiser.
I use Shure too. So, yeah.
Shure's are pretty good. Shure's
really good.
and Sennheiser. That's your go-to, isn't it?
Hey, so tell them a little bit. I got to walk away from the mic to make sure that you can hear from this, but just keep talking. Let's talk about what else is coming up from Full Throttle.
Full Throttle Magazine is like our season in the motorcycle world really starts in October. So right now in July, August, September, there isn't a lot. Actually, everything that's happening is happening out in the Midwest. You're getting ready for Milwaukee's doing their big thing for Harley Davidson. You got Sturgis getting ready to start. It means Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Remember that movie?
You got Sturgis. Yes, that was from was that Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
I think it's Wayne's World. But you got Sturgis getting ready to pop off, and Sturgis is just amazing. And everybody I tell, there's always these bikers, and every bike I run into, I haven't went. I gotta go. It's one of those things. Get off your ass and go to Sturgis. Stay at the Buffalo Chip. You get all the concerts every night. You can ride all day. It is the best riding you can do in the entire world. I will take riding in Sturgis over the stupid Deals Gap, Tail of the Dragon any day of the week.
Yep.
Because the Tails Dragon is one road. There are 80 million ways you can go in Sturgis and catch Iron Mountain. Iron Mountain will rival the Deals Gap any day of the week. Iron Mountain, and we did it in the rain. You go see the buffalo. You do Needles Highway. You come out and you go to Custer State Park. You go to the Badlands. Then you turn around and you go through Spearfish Canyon. It is riding, some of the best riding I ever did. With Jeremy and I just jumped on our deluxes, and we just went, and we didn't know where we were going. We just kept riding. We ended up so far away. It was a crazy ass day, and we had so much fun.
It's awesome. Hey, you know what, Tony? Let's take a break. Let's watch a quick commercial from our camping friend, and then you know what? When we get back, we're going to talk about Dropkick. So great interview with those guys.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll be right back.
I was like, okay, we can play it twice.
Yeah, I guess so. So
now, what you saw there in his video was actually his Sturgis setup.
Yeah, dude, it's what a great idea. And actually, we made that fairly quickly, and so we're literally in the middle of process of making a brand new one for him, because I can do better than that. I really can. I know I can. So I'm confused, Tony. On the 27th of July, oh, wait a minute. You have, oh, never mind. What in the world am I looking at that for in your magazine? Oh, my gosh.
What's that? Oh, yeah, no, you can talk about it.
Really?
The Born to Ride event on the 27th? Yeah, we worked together. Listen, Ron Galletti and I, and it's all for the greater good of the motorcycle community, and that is Attorney Fran Haas. Let's face it.
But if it's her, it's good. So.
If it's her, and that's why we're working together on it.
Yep.
Ron Galletti and I, the more times get difficult, the more that you turn an enemy into a friend. You know what I mean? Because, and I would never call Ron an enemy, because we're all going through the same battles right now of selling advertising in an economy, number one, that isn't the greatest. Biden can say what he wants. It's not the greatest economy there is, but we're fighting the same battles, trying to sell ads, trying to make a living in the motorcycle world. And that's why you see this now called Full Throttle Vision TV, because we're going to start implementing bikes and boats and cars and Jeeps and anything with a motor. Pretty much we're going to start doing, I don't know, in the world. Like, I got to tell you, right before I jumped on, I was on Facebook and I found this event where they shoot cars off of a cliff and it goes into the water and things explode.
Hearing you. That's awesome. No, keep going.
So I was like, they were shooting cars off a cliff. So I'm like, I don't know why they're doing it, but it looked fun. And they were like into this ravine, and they did like 30 of them. And I'm like, I don't understand what this is, but how do I get a ticket? It looks fun.
That's crazy.
I mean, they're shooting cars off a cliff, probably 70 feet in the air, and they're just hitting and tumbling. And I'm like, okay. I mean, number one, if they're running cars, can we not trash one? I need one for my daughter. She needs to drive something. But
well, let me have one.
They're shooting them off of cliffs and breaking them, and I'm like, but that's what we're gonna do. Anything with an engine, we're gonna start talking about. That's why you see Throttle Vision.
That's right. So you interviewed Dropkick Customs. And so we're going to play that real quick so that way we can hear it and then come back and we'll talk about him real if it's all right with you.
Eric Warren, yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it, bud.
What's going on, everybody? We're sitting here. We're out at Quaker Steak and Lube on a nice, hot, sweaty Florida night. It must have just rained because I feel like I'm getting baked like a lobster. Eric Warren here has changed his shirt 15 times. Say hello to everybody. Introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? Eric Warren here, owner of Dropkick Customs and Eric Warren Artistry.
Now, that's funny. You go Dropkick Customs, Eric Warren Artistry. Eric Warren Artistry is how old? That's been going for quite some time.
I renamed it. It used to be Eric Warren Designs, and then we kind of revamped it and did, Eric Warren Artistry because I was looking to go from being painter, bike builder, parts, manufacturer. I kind of separated the two companies, so we turned Eric Warren Designs into Eric Warren Artistry for kind of paint only, and then started Dropkick Customs for all the rest of the stuff.
So people don't really know, like, you're a painter by trade. That's like you're a bike builder painter, and then now you actually bought a company and you manufacture parts.
So, well, I've always kind of manufactured parts, but when I started Dropkick Customs, the idea was to separate what we did, and I brought on a partner, a financier with Dropkick Customs.
Got to. That's
yeah,
life right
and the
there.
idea was to, ultimately grow Dropkick into a, big company, which we've pretty much done and continue to do. And then when when I was filming on Toy Makers, on the TV show.
Good plug,
Toy Makers.
I like it.
Yep.
You gotta plug that.
So I met a guy named Chris Etter who owned Epic Moto Co. out of Texas. Long story less long, spoke with him about a year later about purchasing some parts, and ultimately I
bought all the parts.
I bought all the parts. I bought all the assets.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You could take is a Road Glide? No, you could take
any Road Glide, Street Glide, or Road King. I believe late 08 and later, and newer, I should say, and take it from a bagger to a performance bike.
And it's awesome. And performance bikes, Daytona this year, they did a performance Harley show that had over 150 bikes.
Yep.
The bagger world is doing its thing with the racing and the audio. Everybody's getting back to this Dyna style performance wheelie, action bike, which is getting the younger crowd into it, if you've noticed.
It is.
So that's great to see. Like, let's face it, Harleys are meant for the older, better credit guys, right? I mean,
we're seeing a big shift in the industry right now. A really big shift. Performance kind of came on, and I feel like it fell off a little bit, and then now it's kind of just really making a big comeback over the last 2 years, I'd say.
Agree. Like, that performance came up strong and really twittered, failed out. Like, then all of a sudden it was like the videos of guys doing wheelies and getting on these bikes and the younger guys with the pretty girls getting on. That helps. I'm not going to lie. It all
helps.
This new Bike Riders movie is going to help the industry grow. I remember when Biker Boys came out, the industry grew. When Aztecs came out, the TV show, we need those things.
Oh, we definitely do.
Don't realize that this is a brotherhood. It's motorcycling. I don't care what bike you're on. You pull up at a light next to a guy. That's your brother. That's your friend.
Yeah, all these film projects help the industry as long as they're done right.
Unless you make a chair that turns into a sofa that turns into a car.
That away, by the way.
Oh, wait, this guy made a sofa. If you haven't seen it, look up Toy Makers. Toy Makers. He made a sofa into a vehicle. I don't even know what to tell you. It was impressive.
I gave that to a buddy of mine.
Scary. It's very scary.
It was a death trap.
So where are you at right now? I videoed some of these shells. You know me. I'm going to sell one of these for you one day. I love what he does. What he does is he's got 5 shells out here of motorcycles, all street glides or road glides, right?
A little mixture of both.
But what it is for around $6,000, $7,000, somewhere in that range, he'll make deals with you. If you're at an event, they'll switch out your whole tins on your bike in a couple hours. And you have a brand new bike leaving, but it's your old bike with brand new look. It's your old bike, what you love to ride, with the brand new bags, fender, front fender, back fender, tank, front fairing. You got it all. It's the coolest idea. is just replacing your tins, and it's a brand new bike.
It's a paint swap is what it is. It started out as a dealer program. We got to the point where we had about 15, 17 dealerships throughout Florida, and we were basically, I purchased, I think, a dozen brand new Harley Davidson parts for Road Glide and Street Glide, and we painted them, and we started going into the dealerships, and you know, they would love the paint work, they would do a paint swap, and the bikes are selling.
Just like that.
And the program just grew and grew and grew. And
I believe it's your shirt. Wasn't it your shirt, Stock Sucks?
No,
you didn't have a Stock Sucks shirt?
No.
I mean, that's basically, nobody wants to go buy a black Harley. Everybody's got a black Harley.
Yep.
But if you got a black Harley with a cool design that you put on there, like I'm looking at this blue and white one, or the blue and gold one over there, or the black and gold, and the black and blue, those are sharp, man. You pull off the lot on that, you go to any bike night, you're going to be turning heads. I don't care who you are.
We went from doing about a dozen a year to, I think at this point, we're probably selling somewhere between 30 and 40 paint sets a year.
Man.
Yeah, it's big dollars at this point.
It's doing good. You're doing good in an industry that's really taken I see a hit lately with money and motorcycles and gas. And I mean, I don't want to be Mr. Negative, because I hate being Mr. Negative. It's just tough not to be when you look at the industry.
It's reality. You know, the bike business is going through changes right now. The dealerships have it tough right now. Small bike shops have it tough right now. We have it tough right now.
Restaurants have it tough right now.
Everybody has it tough right now.
Everybody. It's not just us.
I think the way we stay ahead of the curve is because I'm constantly working and constantly willing to change and trying to stay ahead of things and figure out what's next.
You are a worker. There's no doubt about it. I don't think anybody's ever not said that you work your ass off. That's for sure. We're sitting in front of your rig that you turned into almost a home on wheels for you everywhere you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you do this home on wheels wherever you go. You don't have to do the hotel setups. I mean, you got a shower and a bathroom in there.
We do.
So,
I set it up so I didn't have to rent rooms anymore or houses when we go to shows. But
you almost feel like it's the gypsy lifestyle where you got to chase it down. Because let's face it, here in Florida right now, there ain't shit happening.
No.
It's hot, it's rainy, it's miserable. But you know what? Up in Milwaukee and, you know, Ohio and all these places, that's where it's popping. You know, hell, the circuit goes from Milwaukee to Sturgis to, I would say, Arizona. Now it turns back around to Texas. And it comes here because Galveston's, I want to go to Galveston this year. So there's a lot going on. If you've never noticed, there's vendors leave and do a circuit that goes around the country and come back. And people see you doing this at different. You ever seen anybody else doing this at different events?
I'm starting to see a couple other painters in the industry that are trying to do it. I've got buddies that paint. They've kind of called to pick my brain. They're interested in doing it, and it's not easy. You know, I think you can have all the talent in the world, be a great painter, but you've got to have a business mindset, and you obviously have to have a lot of money. You know, just the parts for these paint sets are $4,000 or $5,000.
That's what I was going to say. My next thing was,
I've got 12 of them.
And how much time do you have in one paint set?
Well, there you go too. So
you probably got 20, 30 hours in a paint set.
It's an investment. I'm $50,000, $60,000 in just parts. Then you got to make the stands. Then you've got to, you know, do the paint jobs. You know, you've got to have a team of guys to do it.
On the front side, everything looks easy.
Yeah,
when you're just looking at it.
And I think once I have that conversation with other painters, because I welcome it, you know, I'm like, I can't do the whole country, you know what I mean? As well as we do, I can only do so much.
And you're one of the only solid painters here in Tampa. I mean, how many? Not knocking on any other painters, but when people ask of custom paint jobs, I mean, in my mind, I don't know a lot of painters out here besides you. You know,
I think there's been a lot of painters that have kind of come and gone because it's a tough industry.
Certainly ain't
you know,
easy.
it's very. I'm constantly reinvesting back into my business. You know my work ethic. I'm 7 days a week.
Work ethic. You mean you don't have an off ethic? That's
exactly,
what it is.
You know,
Eddie's doing our film, and I think Eddie knows you don't take a day off, do you?
I saw you
fishing once. I think
very seldom.
You went to Bimini, and I think you still sold a tank set over there.
I'm forcing myself to take time off.
Listen, you went to Bimini and brought a paint tent and then sold it to a jet skier or something like that. I don't know what you did. Listen, I want to cut this short, but tell everybody what you want them to know. I mean, where are you at right now? Can you take on more work? Do you want more work?
Yeah, I mean, we can always take on more work. I just brought on another. I'm not going to call him an apprentice because the guy knows how to paint and he's got some talents there. But
you got a full shop then? You got what, 5, 6 people in there working?
Yeah, I think we've got 7 full-time employees right now.
Sooner
for
or later,
prep.
he's going to make enough where he can get him air conditioning.
Yeah.
All right? And right now,
God.
he's a slave. Or
Well, we've been looking for a building, but everybody's moving to Florida, so commercial prices are through the roof. So, that was the next step in the game, but we'll see what happens.
Well,
there.
you just did say today you let him out early because it was so damn hot.
Yeah,
which is a
yeah.
great thing. You got to take care of your employees.
Well, I don't
You got to
overwork
take
those
care
guys.
of them.
They don't work weekends. They're out of the shop by 4 p.m. I ask my guys to give me your best, 9 to 4, and after that, go home and enjoy yourself. I don't expect them to do shows and be in there on the weekends.
Look at
I
you.
treat them good, All
Great
right, try.
business. And you got to. I mean, let's
Yeah.
face it.
I'm nothing
without them,
without them.
you're doing it all
Nothing.
yourself, and we can't do it all ourselves.
Can't do it alone.
All right, guys, we're sitting here with, and say your name again, and how do they get a hold of you?
Eric Warren. You can come by the shop at 13215 North Nebraska Avenue, or you can always give me a call on my cell phone, 813-503-4764.
Don't forget the socials and the Facebook and the,
Facebook and the Twitters and all that good stuff.
X now. Come on, get it right. X. We're not old. We have to say X.
What was X?
Twitter is X.
Twitter's X now?
Oh, Jesus.
That's why I got
Yeah,
a social
see?
media team.
That's why you got a social media
So I
team.
pay people to do this stuff for
My
me.
goodness, you know what? That's the old people in the social media world. Find us on all the socials. You'll find it. Trust me. Let me tell you, he's a hard-working guy. Eric don't know about it. He's in there working on metal and painting. He don't look at social media and stuff,
Yeah. That was
He's a good dude, though.
That wasn't too long, by the way. I just want to let you know that. That
No?
was good. Nope, that was fine. That was a good interview. So
I enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed talking with Eric. I know his business quite well, so it was kind of fun sitting there kind of BSing with him about where he's going with paint sets and all that stuff, because I see him at all the events. So
well, as you know, and we did the show in Daytona, paint's a thing, man. I mean, it's a thing.
And we didn't even get some of those clips up from the Boardwalk show, did we?
I got to get. Well, no, they're all in. They're up on. Where they? Oh, they're in Dropbox. Good place.
So
for
we got to
them.
get some of those, and we can just fly through some of those clips on here
Yeah,
and show
dude.
some of the bikes that we did at the Boardwalk Bike Show.
Absolutely.
If you don't know what the Boardwalk Bike Show is, October and March every year on Friday during Biketoberfest and Bike Week, Full Throttle Magazine hosts the largest bike show in all of Daytona. It's on the beach, on the boardwalk. You can't get a better location than where it's at. And it draws bikes from old antique Suzukis to custom painted trikes to fully, done up baggers that are cost $100,000. So it really gets a nice crowd of different style bikes at it. Wouldn't you
Yeah.
say that, John?
Oh, I mean, so this is the first time I got to work it over there with you, right? I didn't realize the different styles. I've always, it's either Harley, you got your Sportsters, your Panheads, blah, 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 or you get the speed bikes or the Habusas, right? But I never
Hayabusas, yep.
realized the whole Cholo world, the whole, God, the drop. I mean, I don't even know the proper names for them, but there were so many different styles of motorcycles. I'm sitting there going, I've ridden bikes my whole life and never paid attention, but I never paid attention. You know what I'm saying? Just never paid attention.
Yeah.
So you know what?
Well,
Hey,
you got Indian riders, you got Dyna riders that are Harley that only like a specific style of bike. You got, the Cholo guys that are, low and all
Yeah.
detailed out with engraving and big apes, and
And
then you got the
get the guys
30-inch wheel baggers,
right? And then you get the guys that come in that are just completely off the charts on, like the one guy that came in with the Mad Max bike. I think it's Mad Max. And it was just, you look at
It's
it and
different.
go, you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Would I ride it? Probably not. But was it cool? Yep. It was cool. So
Well, there's a lot of bikes that aren't my cup of tea, but I sit there, rat bikes, they call them.
yeah.
It's called a rat bike. And what it is basically you put everything and anything you can on a bike that would look cool or rusty or old. Or
Yeah.
I mean, most rat bikes are junk picked up off the ground that they turn into something useful on a bike, or, a beer cap from something. They had a beer with some guy back in the day. They put a nail through it and put it on the tank somewhere and go, oh, okay,
Right.
that was fun. I remember that.
Yep.
It's all weird stuff and stories they could tell,
Hey,
All right,
what?
let's
Hold on.
what's
It's
that?
time to pay another bill. So we're going to play our camping commercial one more time. So that way we can say that we gave that man some love.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go, buddy.
Yeah.
I really want to stay there.
It's fun.
I really do. I want to
and
go
I'll tell you the
sometime and
truth.
just actually stay there. Just to stay there.
The tents are nice. You wake up in the morning, you got the dew on the ground, you get a cup of coffee, you go into the portage on. It's like you're living in the field somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just kidding. It is. I don't love camping, but I enjoyed camping there. You know what I mean?
I bet he's already booked out for Sturgis. I bet he was booked
100
out months
times
ago.
over.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So what it is you have to buy your ticket in there, and then you have to you pay for him as well, his services.
Yeah.
But it's way cheaper than bringing out a camper. You could ride with just your clothes on your back, you know what I mean, and a backpack on the back of the bike, and you have every amenity you possibly need. You don't have to worry about flashlights and chairs and a tent and all the tent poles, and that's all done there for you. You just pull up, you pay, you get your registration, they send you where you're going. There's your home.
There you go. Dude, that's awesome. So what's going on next? What are we talking about next? I'm going through your
Avril is
magazine.
from-
Holy cow, you got tons of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of great events coming up. A lot of good stuff. I guess tonight after we're done here, I mean, we're filming on a Tuesday night. We got a brand new bike night kicking off at a place called Wings Etc. on in Palm Harbor on Alt 19. I'm going to go check that out. Can't go wrong going to a winged place, right? I mean,
Oh yes, you can. 'Cause you can go home. You can go home in a body bag if them things ain't cooked right. I'm just telling you right now. I just got off
That's
of
true.
food
That's
poisoning. Trust me, and it was chicken.
we could use a little food poisoning here.
Oh,
And it was
come on,
chicken?
Tony. Oh, you want to hear something funny? Here's something funny, right? So, do you remember your famous picture that you took a couple of months ago?
Yes, I was very exposed on a bed with a pillow
So-
over my junk. Yes,
Facebook.
I can pull it up if you want.
No, that's good. No, because Facebook hit me with a strike because of it.
Wait, what? Did you share it or something?
Well, it was during the show. Remember we talked about that and we brought it up. You brought it up once with we brought it up with one of the Full Throttle show, and then a couple of weeks or about 2 or 3 weeks ago we showed it again. I got a strike for it. I'm like, holy crap!
I don't understand how you got a strike for it. Like you got in trouble?
Well, it's because because we're we talk about things that they don't want to talk about, and anything they can do to make sure that they think they're hurting you, they're going to do. That's just the way they are.
Isn't that horrible?
They're very vindictive.
That's not right.
It is not right. So, but anyway, so now the next interview we're going to show is you did an interview with a young lady.
So you didn't want me to show this picture?
Oh God, Burt Reynolds picture. Well, now see who else? Oh God, stop that. So you've done that. Ryan Reynolds has done it now. Wolverine. Hugh Jackman did it, and of course everybody knows that the one that did it in the very beginning was so. It's crazy. Yep.
I think Rhett did it once too. I've seen a
I
bunch
don't
of people.
even no.
that.
Blah la 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 la. Don't want to hear that.
So it wasn't meant to be there. I was just laying on the couch and I had shorts on and then I put a pillow over it and it just turned into
It turned into.
If you can't embrace it, I don't know what else you can do with it. You know what I mean? It's took a long while to get here and a lot of money. So
So you did another interview with what's this young lady's name from the jewelry?
Avril has a great accent too. That's why she's fun to talk to. And I call her Advil because she gives me so many headaches, but her name is Avril
Avril
with skull jewelry and more. But she knows I call her Advil. She loves it. So why
All
don't
right.
we go to
Let's
that
take a look at
video?
that
It's a
real
lot of
quick.
fun. She has great merchandise too.
Excellent.
And more. A lot of you know me as the Skull Lady. I do pirate events as well, hence the name. And I've been a Quaker for about 9 years.
So 9 years you've been here doing jewelry. This is your corner right across from Attorney Fran Hosh, and where Full Throttle used to set up.
Yes.
And you do jewelry, but you don't just do jewelry.
No.
You do pirate shows, and you have, like, this is like an easy setup for you.
Yes.
Tell us about your other stuff that you do when you go out of town and everything.
When I go out of town, I do Renaissance festivals, pirate festivals, Viking festivals, and setup takes about 5 hours because I have to put on a Renaissance top. I put flowers around the tent inside to cover all the bars and everything. And so it takes a lot longer. It's a lot prissier of a setup, but you get to stay set up for a month at a time. So
Do you have a whole wear that you got?
I do. I'm a pirate. I'm 99% of the time a pirate, sometimes Viking, and I also make hand-covered clay bottles and boxes.
You know, it took me a second to remember that the pirates and the Renaissance were the same time.
Correct. Well,
That-
there's always been pirates.
But they overlapped a lot. So their wear, you could be a pirate and you could do the Renaissance.
Correct.
And it's the same time frame.
Yes.
I didn't know that for the longest time. I was like, oh, it does kind of counter go back and forth.
It does.
So what's your biggest thing you do all year long? And what's your favorite thing you do all year long?
My favorite is pirate festivals.
You love the pirate festivals, huh?
Only because we get to get dressed up and we wear silly garb. Don't ever call it costumes. It's garb. We wear garb and we get dressed up. And
you drink grog.
We drink rum. Lots of rum.
Rum.
But I like the bike things as well. Bike festivals are nice because they're a lot easier of a setup and it's a lot faster of a turnover, and it's different people. Although a lot of the people who come here also come to the Renaissance and Pirate Festivals.
Do you sell online or are you just at events?
I'm working on the website, but yeah, I do sell some stuff online.
Okay.
I just sold some stuff yesterday.
Do you have a website or an Etsy or how do you?
The website should be finished hopefully by the end of next month. It will be my name, Skull Jewelry, the whole word and A-N-D, more at .com.
Awesome. So hopefully we get to, everybody goes there if they want something, and you can get anything like
I can. And
costume
I do
jewelry,
custom.
or what do you mean? I don't want to say costume jewelry. I'm sorry.
I just actually got in the mail today. I'm going to start making some handmade jewelry out of clay. It's something I had been thinking about doubling in, so I am for the festivals that I do. So I will actually have some handmade skull pendants, and we will see where that goes.
Awesome. Well, you guys can always find her here at Quaker Steak and Lube on the corner, and all the events here in Florida. And thank you, Evel, for telling us all about your business.
And thanks for coming to Quaker Steak and Lube and seeing us, and bye-bye, Bill.
Bye-bye, Bill. Can't get over that
Bye-bye,
still.
Bill.
Still can't get over that. Crazy.
So if you don't know, our last interview is going to be with Bill Church. And Bill Church has been the man who started Quaker Steak and Lube 20 years ago. Just before 21, he said, my baby can almost drink. And I was like, yeah, she's been serving alcohol for a long time. So, I mean, we've done many expos there. John, God, you've been there in the parking lot with us doing interviews and
rainstorms,
concerts and
heat.
Rainstorm. If it's happened in that parking lot.
Freeze.
Hell, it's probably even snowed in that parking lot.
We've literally
you know?
done both extremes, remember? So it's been hot as hell in there and rained on us, and then it's also been like almost freezing.
Mm-hmm. And it's good times. And again, Quaker Steak is going nowhere. Quaker Steak is now going to be run by Hillary, and she's awesome. She's the GM. She's been the GM. She knows what's going on. She's taken over for Bill. But if you know who Bill Church is, it's just Bill was there I was on stage with me when I proposed to my second wife. She was, I've done a lot of things there. We've built trophies there. He's given away bikes. I've had birthday parties with him because his birthday is like 2 or 3 days after mine or before mine. I can't remember, but we always share a birthday party there. So again, Bill's been part of my life for, God, I'd say at least 15 of those 20 years that he's been there. Full Throttle's been there at bike night every Wednesday night, come hell or high water.
Here's something funny. Bill's the only place, literally, the only place that I'll eat chicken tenders.
Tenders?
Tenders. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
listen, Quaker Steak and Lube is known for their wings. They know what they're doing. That's
I know.
for one. I will say that.
So his wife, I was hungry one night. It's me and Cage were working that night, I think it was, and I needed something to eat. And I think we were talking in a booth, and then Bill and his wife were sitting there. I said, I want tenders, but the only problem is I want to make them at home because of that tenderloin thing that you get in there, and it's just horrible. She goes, nope, we cut them out. I'm like, no. She goes, oh yeah. So, and then the waitress got me to like the Tajin sauce, which is badass.
Asian, yeah.
Oh my God.
They got 30 sauces there. It's almost too much. Like this scale of 13 sauces. I'm like, I stay away from that top area. I'm not a hot guy at all. Like,
that's good heat. It's good for you.
You can eat you can eat the one you got to sign for because you're going to die. They did it to me once. I asked for cocktail sauce and they gave me that super hot sauce because it's right next to it, I guess. And it looks like it because it's chunky like cocktail sauce.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I dunked the shrimp in there and ate it like I was going to town. I thought I was going to die.
Oh,
I have never had anything that hot in my life.
Well, let's play that interview you got with Bill, and then we'll come back, and then we'll wrap the show up so everybody at home can know what's going on and what to expect from Throttle Vision TV. You know, the new name for the show. So, if you're okay with that, let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. Hello, everybody. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to My Chamber TV, the Tarpon Springs edition. Tarpon Springs Chamber of Commerce. You got to throw that stuff.
Greater Tarpon Springs Chamber of Commerce.
Greater. Is it the greater?
It is. It's great.
It's great.
But it is officially the greater. But it's good stuff.
You knocked it out of the park today.
Oh, you had
got
to
great.
say
Yeah,
that.
I do because we got the Blue Jays in the house. I mean,
Dunedin Blue Jays.
That's awesome, right?
Yep.
We got Jason Weaving from the Dunedin Blue Jays. So, are we going to talk baseball?
We can, absolutely.
All right. How is I remember that part. I mean, I've been in this area for 27 years, and we've always gone there to watch ball. It's always just a good time.
It is. It's a great ballpark at TD Ballpark in downtown Dunedin. We're actually, the Toronto Blue Jays are the only baseball team since its inception in 1977 that has never moved spring training facilities.
That's right.
So
no kidding.
So out of 30 teams, other teams have, like the Dodgers in Vero Beach, other teams, Yankees, and used to train in Fort Lauderdale and moved to Tampa. We've never moved. We'd always been in Dunedin since 1977. So along with that, we have Obviously, spring training in February and March when the big leaguers come, Vladdy, Bo, those kind of guys now. And then we transition in April to the Dunedin Blue Jays, single A baseball. So that's what we're really part of the chamber for, is to drive that interest in Tarpon Springs. I really feel like it's an untapped market so close to Dunedin.
Absolutely.
Where we have great, family activities, great baseball. We play 66 games a year, 64 games a year.
We're going to have to do a happy hour there.
Absolutely.
The fourth Wednesday of the month. That would be great.
Yep.
Get members to come down there because it's not very far.
It's not. It's about 9 miles away from Tarpon Springs.
I did not realize how close it was. It's right in town. It's like
right down the road. And we do the way the schedule's worked out since COVID. They cut down on travel for a lot of the teams around the area. We play Bradenton, Lakeland, Tampa, Clearwater, obviously, and they play 6 game road stands or home stands against each team. So Tuesday through Sunday, when they're in town, they play every day, Tuesday through Sunday. They have Mondays off, and then that's when they travel someplace else or take a break on Mondays.
So when the spring training season, when is that?
So we start spring training this year, February 24th. We start with games. We play 15 games in TD Ballpark against Philadelphia, Tampa, Atlanta, the Yankees, Pirates, all those teams that are in our local area. Those teams are also mostly part of the Florida State League that we play minor league games in.
And you can get tickets for those.
What's that?
You can get tickets for those as well.
Yes, our website. Yes, on the Dunedin Blue Jays website or bluejays.com through the Toronto website as well. We're all linked in with Toronto. We're very closely linked with them.
You can get season tickets, though, can't you?
Oh.
You can purchase season tickets for spring training are actually on sale right now.
Right now. No
kidding.
Yep. So go to the website for season tickets.
And the price of them depends on where it is, right?
Right. Correct.
Okay,
And there's
so what's the
15
range?
games. 15 games between the end of February and throughout March. I think we're looking at $25, $30 and up, depending on where you sit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty good.
Per game. Yeah.
Per game,
Okay.
right.
That's pretty good.
Now, you're just more than a baseball team, right? You have a good outreach to the community.
Right. Right. We spend a lot of time in the community. We have our DJ, our mascot, who spends a lot of time at events. We work really closely with our 2 elementary schools that are close by to our facilities.
Oh, nice.
We have a player development complex also in Dunedin, about 3 miles away off of Garrison and Salon. And Garrison Elementary School is right next to there.
That was recently renovated or
Recently built, yes. It was
recently
just
built.
finished at the end of 2020 going into 2021. We remodeled the Engelbrecht recreation area there in
I
Dunedin.
remember seeing that in the paper.
Right, and so we have 6 fields with a complete complex there, and that's where our players train and spend most of their time when they're not playing games in the stadium in downtown Dunedin. And next to the stadium, which was also recently renovated at about the same time, we have Curtis Fundamental Elementary School where we spend a lot of time. We're getting ready to participate in the Great American Teach-In process where we send some front office members to different schools to spend the day working with other teachers and kind of talking about baseball, talking how that ties in with education.
Now that complex does a lot of stuff. What all does it have in there?
So we have 6 fields there where we train all our players basically year round. So any player in our system comes there and trains from the time they're drafted to the time they go to one of our affiliates as they move up the organization. We have affiliates, high single A is in Vancouver, Canada, double A is in New Hampshire, and triple A is in Buffalo. And then obviously they aspire to reach Toronto. We turn over part of the fields after spring training to the city of Dunedin. So they use the fields that were there prior, that kind of half of the complex for high school baseball. We support Dunedin high school baseball there with games. Dunedin high school baseball also plays in our stadium, some select games. So that's a big thrill for the high school kids to be able to play in the stadium with 8,000 seats. They don't always get 8,000 fans, but they do draw a lot of parents, and
They really are part of the community.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Reaching out for
yeah,
sure.
We've been doing that for. I've only been here since 2021, but I've been told that we've always been a good partner with Dunedin high school baseball, and a big supporter of that.
So how approachable are the players? I mean, I know you just can't go mob them, but the one thing I've always liked about the Dunedin Stadium is the players seem more approachable than the other stadium.
Absolutely, and you're getting these players and these kids at the start of their career, so they're very eager to be involved in the fans and sign autographs. Broken bat, give a bat away to a kid at the end of the game.
Neat.
And there's lots of areas and opportunities in that stadium the way we've remodeled it. So Some of the walls are lower, so as they come on and off the field, you can get right up to them, and they'll always stop and sign. Mostly after the game because it's easier, but a lot of access. And then in spring training, sometimes we roll up the screens that are along the side, so some of the bigger guys like Bo and Vladdy and Bassett and some of our pitchers and stuff can stop and sign. Jordan Romano, who's our closer, he'll sign as long as he can, and fans love that because we have a lot of fans that come from Canada, come down here for spring training and to watch the games. And of course, it's great for the community in Dunedin.
How much of the spring training can we watch? We can't go to the practice. We can't go over to the training facility.
So if you'll watch our website, bluejays.com, we do open our practice facility, our complex for select days before the games start. Once the games start on February 24th, we direct fans to the games, the actual games. But we do have a few select dates that we allow fans to come watch batting practice, watch some infield.
Right.
It's kind of like when everybody reports at once, because sometimes it's tiered to pitchers and catchers, then they have position players a couple of days later. So once everybody's there for full workouts, we do a few public days where we let people come out and kind of see them in there, and they'll sign us there. There's opportunities for players to autograph there too.
Do you ever do group tours?
We do. We've done some tours for the chamber and some other teams and some other groups. We recently had the Pinellas County Citizens Academy.
Oh, okay.
Their office workers and their staff came and did a tour. So we're definitely open to that kind of stuff to show
My
off
board
the field.
has said that they would like to start touring some of our interesting members.
Yeah.
Well, how much more interesting can you get than this?
Right, especially during spring training.
Very lucky.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We will have to talk some more on
Definitely,
that.
absolutely.
That would be great.
That's why we joined. We really want the citizens of Tarpon to see that we're there and we're open. It's a great value. We do a lot of promotional days throughout the year. We do a lot of education day. We do camp days in the summer. We have $1 hot dog nights or $2 hot dog nights and stuff like that.
Those are good nights.
Yeah.
Just good.
Those are good nights.
The best way to the best way to really, for everybody watching, to follow what's going on is the website, right?
Right, DunedinBlueJays.com. Our schedule is out for next summer, so we start April 5th as our first game.
Okay.
This is after spring training with our single A team, and we play through September 1st. Our website has our schedule, and we'll update that as we get a little bit closer with our promotional nights, giveaway nights. Once those are all solidified, that all the information is right on DunedinBlueJays.com.
Thanks for being on. We
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
You're taking your time out. I know you guys are, everybody goes, oh, well, there's nothing really going on right now. There's more going on now than when season starts.
This is when we prepare. Yeah,
exactly. So everybody stick around. We've got more great guests coming up. You did a great job on getting everybody in here. And we'll be right back after these short messages. Hey, everybody, welcome back. And you know what? I have to say, I'm excited about this segment.
I don't understand why.
I know, right? I mean, we got this beautiful young lady over here, which I've literally watched her grow up.
I know.
I still can't get used to the last name and the fact that she has kids, which just...
And she's a doctor.
And she loves to stick people.
I do.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. Dr. Stephanie Corey. But anyway,
White Crane Clinic.
Yes. So, and that clinic's been around for years.
Yeah.
Not that you've been around for years.
Yeah.
But I mean, I literally knew. Actually, the original owner, Patrick, worked on me and your dad.
Yes, he did. So we've been around for 35 years. We were originally in the Ellis building. We just moved to the Tarpon Arcade.
Yep.
I moved that about 3 years ago now. And so I've owned for going on 5-ish years. But yeah, I've worked with Dr. Sullivan now for over a decade.
He's awesome.
He was great. And so when he was retiring, he's the reason I did acupuncture, and I was able to see so many incredible things happen for my own family members and family friends and for the community. So that's why I really wanted to go into it. The goal was to help people get well and stay well. And we've been able to do that for over 3 decades. So I feel very blessed to be able to do that.
So explain to people at home literally what the clinic's about.
Yeah, so the White Crane Clinic, our big focus is on, we'd love to say we work on prevention of illness. And so we do acupuncture, we do massage therapy, we do energy work. We do a lot of different things in the Tarpon Springs community to help get patients well and keep them there. So we do, we have full lines of herbs and supplements and things like that. We do custom formulas, but really what we are is a holistic primary care facility that treats patients of all ages. So my youngest patient at the moment is 6 years old, and my oldest patient is 96. So we do everything from and with those patients we do everything from acupuncture, herbs, and a lot of other things as well. So we're very blessed to be able to treat complete families in our clinic and tell them and really educate people about what their options are, which has been fantastic.
So we were talking before the show started rolling that and this is my opinion, I'm just letting everybody say that. My opinion is I feel that the medical industry doesn't want to cure us, doesn't want to fix us. They just want to make money off the medication. But our bodies are engineered to fix themselves, but you have to do it the right way.
Yeah, so I think that what people don't understand is that our bodies are incredible at healing themselves. There's so many things that we're capable of doing without all of these Western pharmaceuticals. Now, Western medicine is there for a reason. There's a lot of different things that we can do with Western medicine, but for so many people, especially in this last 100 years of medicine, that's been the go-to. And a lot of people don't really know what their options are in terms of natural and alternative medicine. So what I end up treating a lot of is symptomology patients are getting from pharmaceuticals, which I don't mind doing. I want people to get well and stay that way. But if we can get a lot of patients not taking a lot of these pharmaceuticals, or maybe changing their diet, or maybe incorporating some other things, we can actually make changes, not just in symptomology, but also in patients' well-being and longevity of life as well, which is what's really important.
And a lot of it is education.
It's a lot of education.
Because 10 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to find somebody who would comfortably go, oh, no, I can't take off my medications. But now, with the kind of practice that you have, it's completely different.
It is. And what's so nice is we've been able to work with many other physicians, so cardiologists and neurologists and primary care doctors, and working cohesively to get patients off of medications. So that's what's been so nice, is this beautiful blend of medicine and really educating not only the community, but other physicians as well to what we're capable of doing. You know, in the last 15, 20 years, acupuncture and holistic medicine has become much more popular. And that's just been a really beautiful thing that we can combine those two. You know, I started in nursing school. I started on the Western side. I wanted to get patients well. I didn't feel like I was accomplishing that. So it was really about combining those things for me and getting patients well and providing them longevity and quality of life, right? Just because you can take a pharmaceutical to give you more years, if you're not living a quality life, right? You can't attend these Blue Jays games because you have all this pain, or you can't do these things. You can't eat the dollar hot dogs and all of that. What is life then? You know, it's really all about balance. So that's what we want to do, is we want to educate people about what their options are and what they can do nutritionally, whether that's actually changing diet, whether that's supplemental, whether that's with herbs. We've been able to really help patients in a multitude of ways, which has been really a joy for me because we treat everything.
So I'm going to get this question because I know this is everybody's brain and right now going, okay, is it self-pay? Is it insurance pay? Is it a little bit of both? Or how do you work that?
It's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So about 40% of our business is actually insurance. Okay. So there are a lot of insurances that cover. So veterans, they have acupuncture benefits, massage therapy benefits actually through the VA and through community care. So they have a lot of benefits that they actually can receive and get treatments. And then also there's a lot of insurances that cover, from private insurance all the way to like Medicare Advantage plans and some of those things. So
oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, so there's a huge amount of coverage that people are really unaware of. We do also have cash rates and things like that we do, because originally that was how it started, but now it has trended into being a lot more insurance based. So we're one of the only acupuncture and holistic wellness clinics that takes insurance. Yeah, because it is such a process.
Yes.
And because we've been around for so long, we're very blessed to have, and I'm very blessed to have an incredible staff and have great infrastructure to be able to support that. And that really helps us support our community too. But if anyone has questions about that, you can always call our office. You know, we have my office manager, Rebecca, will walk people through that process of insurance and also veterans and how they can get those services that they deserve and definitely paid for.
What is it that you brought with you?
I brought herbs. So a lot of people don't know that we can treat, like I said before a little bit, we treat everything. Okay. Anything you could see a primary care doctor for, you could see an acupuncturist for.
So
anything. So what we brought in is different herbs here. So we brought in I brought in zinc and multivitamins and actually herbal supplements. So instead of say taking like cough medicine or something that's just minimizing the symptoms of what you have, minimizing the cough, right? We actually are using Chinese herbs and medicine to help treat that. So your illness doesn't last as long. So obviously symptomology will be a part of that.
Okay.
We want symptoms to get better, but we also work on treatment of. So we use herbs and we can custom make formulas as well. So we do everything from like pain management, and we have, if you ever stop by the office, I have a whole wall of herbs there. And there we have liquids and tablets and capsules, but we like to put things together because every patient is different. So if you both come in with
Everybody is
back pain,
different.
right? It could be for entirely different things. It could be structural, it could be muscular. So my goal is to figure out why you're having it, and then how we can fix it and address it so you don't have to come see me every week for acupuncture. Not that I wouldn't love to see you,
Who
Gene,
would want to come see you every week?
I know, but we want to make sure patients are getting
My wife would be
well.
like, hey, where are you going? I'm going to see Stephanie. We're going to talk about
We
this.
want to make sure patients are getting well and then staying there. That's really the important part.
That's really neat.
And so we really try to do that and get out into our community to do that. But really, it's a lot of education about what we have. I think some people get a little nervous about the acupuncture, and that's just a portion of what we do.
And you're right downtown in Tarpon.
Yeah, let's
We're
talk
right
about location
downtown.
and times because we're running out of time.
Yeah, so we are right downtown. We're across from JoJo's Diner. So we're right there. We have about 5,000 square feet there, which has been really great. We love being in that area. And we're open Monday through Friday now. And in the new year, we're going to be open on Saturdays. So right now, Monday through Friday, and we have evening hours on Tuesdays and Fridays. But then as the new year comes, we'll add Saturdays, which will be lovely. So
That will be
very
great.
exciting.
Yeah, your staff is amazing.
Oh, thank you so
The
much.
few times that I've called over to find some kind of information, I mean, they are on it, and if they don't know it, you can hear them talking to another staff member, and they come back with an answer.
Yeah, I'm
You're
so
really
blessed.
lucky.
I really am very blessed.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Of course.
We appreciate it.
Thank
Look,
you.
everybody, if you're not feeling well, go see Miss Stephanie. She'll take good care of you. We will be right back after these short messages. Hey, everybody, welcome back. And you know what? We're going to talk tech.
I know. You're
My
one of your favorite
Oh my
things.
gosh, that's like, here's a funny story. I have a nickname called Boss Tech, and a while back I had a couple guys, and they were utter tech and no tech. Because we had one guy that was literally no tech, but he was good behind the keyboard. Anyway, we got Ron and Anthony from Radiant Technology Solutions, and you are the businessman's IT guy.
Yes, sir. That's it.
All right,
Business
let's
to
talk
business.
about Radiant Technology.
Before they do, this is
Oh.
a perfect example of why the chamber works.
Okay.
I was looking to get some new computers at the chamber. One of my members recommended these guys simply
Right.
because you had worked in her office. And so picked up the phone, called him. They weren't chamber members. We talked about that. He says, walked in, joined the chamber immediately. Anthony is installing, getting all the stuff ready for new computers and all of that good stuff. That's how the chamber works. And we're sitting here, and you now have picked up a couple more clients from just being here this afternoon.
Yes, it's been wonderful. Yeah,
I
the
know.
Tarpon Chamber's been great for us. We've been to a few events. We've met some fantastic people. We already had friends in the chamber that we weren't aware of. And
It's-
just by
it's
joining,
awesome.
yeah. You're in the chamber too? Well, it's been great. Yeah.
So
And
talk about-
Anthony's known some people in the chamber
Oh,
as
yeah.
well already before even joining. So.
No kidding. Well, talk about what you guys do, because I'm very impressed with the work.
Oh, well, I sure appreciate it. Can we get her to say that again and zoom in real close?
Yep, really close, like right on her face. I'm really impressed with what you do.
Yes.
So we are small business IT support, IT consulting, managed IT services. So we can be call us when you need us IT support, or we can be your ongoing proactive IT department that you outsource to.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, are you strictly the computer side? Or are you computer, phones, websites?
Anything
Shakes
that
his
happens
head,
tech-wise in a business, we can help out with.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Yep. And I just found out about the telephones, and we're going to be talking some more about that, because with the work that you've done there, it's like, okay, we need to go with, we do have VoIP, but we need to talk to you guys about, let's get it going better. So
sounds good.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
It could go better.
Voice over IP can be better than it already is?
Yes, the
It
service
can.
will be fantastic because we've already had to call and talk to Anthony about, okay, how do I do this and how do I do that? And it was
Oh,
like, he
gotcha.
knew exactly what we were talking about, and we were talking in normal language and not in tech language.
Oh, so you actually speak human.
We do. We
Which is
try.
awesome.
Yeah.
Because most tech guys don't speak human. They
Yeah.
speak this tech language. Well, unfortunately for me, I kind of get it a little bit.
And see, I don't, and that's what made it wonderful, because now I have an IT department.
Isn't that nice to say?
It is nice, and they're in Tarpon, they're local.
Yeah,
So
we're right
how-
down the street in the Tarpon Tower.
How big of an area do you guys cover?
Well, locally we try and stay to like Pinellas, Pasco, Hillsborough, but we're actually support customers in like 20 different states right now.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, we have people that we can work with in those states to help be on-site support if needed. Otherwise, 99% of the stuff can be remote. And in today's world, we have customers that don't even have an office anymore.
Right.
Yeah, that we have companies, 50 employees, and they're all just working out of their houses.
So the remote thing, the remote access that's been the last 5 years? That's really kind of come full fold for
Yeah, it's
everybody?
been more necessary for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially during COVID
Yeah.
and all that.
COVID, what
It's
was
been
that?
essential.
What's COVID? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, and people thought, oh, if you're home, you're not working. Well, going through that pandemic, which is probably
Mhm.
the better word, you then were able to get people hooked up at home. And it was like, oh, we really are working at home. And it was really a good thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what are you guys certified in? Because I know you got to have certification.
Yeah, Microsoft, A+, Net+. I've got a Cisco certification, VMware. A lot of stuff that we don't really use too much these days.
Right.
Primarily, everybody's in the Microsoft world, and everything kind of is starting to happen more and more in that realm.
Okay. Has that really taken over the Microsoft? I mean, I always knew Microsoft was big, but now it's kind of like the thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you still got Microsoft or Google business, and
Okay.
more and more people are Microsoft and Google for
Gotcha.
sure.
You know, remember when Google first came out? It was like, oh, this thing called Google, right? And now Google has become an infrastructure piece, not just there's a site I go and I can search stuff. Am I correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, people run their whole businesses through Google, whether it's, like you said, infrastructure like email or websites or domains or any of that.
Really?
Yeah, they're side by side with Microsoft in that way. Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the ultimate question: PC or Mac?
Well, my idea of the perfect computer is a MacBook that runs Windows. I'll tell you.
Oh, there you go. Okay, all right. Now,
Yeah.
Does that exist?
Can you
Yeah, you
still
can do
run
that, yeah.
Windows on? Okay, I knew it once they went and they started making their own chips again. They became their own, and they're their own. It's closed loop, a truly closed loop now.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were going to allow.
Yeah, there's
Windows on there.
software you can install to run a virtual machine.
Boot
on there.
Camp
Yeah.
or something like that, right?
Yeah, there's VMware makes one. There's a couple different companies that make software to do that.
Is the Apple still, is it good for business, the business side?
I'd say more of the creative businesses.
More
We don't
creative,
do
okay.
a lot in that realm.
Okay.
We have a partner that we work with, and they send us all the Windows stuff that they don't want, and we send them a lot. Some Mac stuff is what we can.
Oh,
But
okay.
I would say more like marketing firms, school systems still
Right.
use Apple heavily.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I'm looking to get a hold of you guys, how do I get started with you?
Well, typically we get our business through referrals mostly.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Yep.
do a lot of
You
business.
pick up the
networking.
phone and you call.
Yeah,
No.
but yeah,
Yes.
otherwise
You don't have to put a ticket in. You don't have to put all this.
Well, you can. We have tons of different ways to open
Okay.
a ticket with us, but you can call us, go to our website, shoot us an email, Facebook, LinkedIn, and pretty much every platform out there you can get a hold of us on.
Okay, you got him on TikTok, right?
There is some
Yep.
videos of him dancing on there if you want to check it
Well,
out.
there you go.
It's pretty incredible.
You fixed something so he dances, right? That's
Doesn't
awesome.
do the happy dance.
Happy dance. Okay. So for a business owner that wants to have you guys figure out whether he wants you guys or not, and here's this is my biggest thing. I always go, look, this is what I've got. This is what it's doing. Is it time to upgrade? You can come in and do a full analysis of what they've got going on.
For sure.
and
Yeah, we
give
do
them
a
the-
free consultation. We
Okay.
can come in, We can do a security consultation as well, see what they have going on, see how we can help improve security.
Okay.
And that's of course if Gene's testimonial just now wasn't good enough for him.
Well, I know. Gene said it's good. It's got to be good.
Well,
it is.
And you and I are on opposite ends of the spectrum with some of this stuff, because I just picked up the phone and said, look, I know my computer is 7 years old. I know we've got another one that's acting up, and it's not very old. I don't know if it's salvageable. We need to do something, and then we need to put together a plan, because I'm going to have to replace computers in the next couple of years. So we put that into action. I had no idea what I wanted, except I knew I wanted laptops. And they took over from there and said, try this, try this. We adjusted a couple of things, and the price points were really, really good. And I mean, sheesh, it was simple. You guys made it simple.
So
Appreciate that.
What's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
I just pick up the phone, call us for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
we get
And then we got the number going up down below. And then, of course, you always go to your website. Or was it radiant-tech.net?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
And that
Yes.
way they can get a hold of
Or
you.
they can
and-
call the chamber, and I can
Well, there you go.
tell them how good they are
Call
and give them the
Gene.
phone number.
Yeah, it's walking testimonial there.
There you go.
I know.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Well, guys, thanks for coming on the show today. We truly do appreciate your support for the Chamber and being a member of the Chamber, which is absolutely phenomenal. Everybody stick around. We got more great guests coming. We've even got some little fur babies coming on here. I'm so excited. We'll be right back after these messages. Hey everybody, welcome back. And you know what?
I have brought you
Oh, this is
the
just,
most
we don't have enough
wonderful,
time for this one.
unusual store in Tarpon
No.
Springs.
I love the name What's the Funk.
Yeah. I know.
Right? We
It's
have
very
Michael
cool.
and Valerie, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And okay, you do everything
Yes.
that the nerds love, the tat guys love, the conspiracy, and you have the tea room.
Yes.
Let's just talk about What's the Funk.
So pretty much what the funk is, it's all different aspects of art, from, like you said, tattoo. We have our tea room. You go in there, it's just magical. So we like to highlight all different types of art, because there's sculptures, there's, there's
Material,
earrings,
cloth.
there's art in everything. There's art in your mind. There's just art everywhere. So yeah, so we have, I'm all over the place.
It's okay. All over the place is good.
That describes your place.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so.
Let's start here.
I thought I practiced this.
No,
but I
let's
didn't.
talk about the tattoo side first.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about that, because you tell me you got three
We have
amazing
three artists.
Three artists that are just amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have like a different kind of spin on like the tattoo world, the tattoo parlor. I'll let you take this
The
over.
tattoo parlor.
Okay.
We're trying to highlight each individual artist. So we have one person that's very traditional, if you will.
Gotcha.
Okay.
One person that's a little bit dark but fine line, and one person that's an artist. So if you go on our website, you can see clearly the different styles between them, so that someone has a good choice.
Okay.
And to be able to accommodate whatever somebody wants to bring into their vision of art. And the focus is the art, not just tattoos and making money.
And that's something I didn't realize, and I didn't really think about it, because I'm used to the traditional tattoo parlor. And so
We're not
art.
the typical tattoo
You're
parlor.
not typical store.
Explain to people what fine line is, because I know what that means, because I'm in that world where I deal with this. But
So a
fine
good
line.
example is if I want to get your face tattooed on my body, someone that can accommodate and put the beards on there, right?
Yeah.
We want that
To make it
good.
look
right.
like
Or we're
the
going to do Yoda's head. We want some little whiskers sticking
Right.
up. Someone's going to be able to do that and pull that off.
Okay, I get it now.
Or your pets, or your fur babies.
Oh, there you go.
I can't imagine.
I don't want I love my dog, but I do not want it tattooed on my body. Nope.
And they all go home with swag bags too, so it's definitely a different type of experience when they come in. I offer everybody tea so they could sit down, they're hanging out. It's just a very calm, relaxing experience. It's
Right.
not just going in and getting ink on you, it's an experience.
But it's more than just tattoos, because look at all the cool stuff.
Yes.
I love the fact that you have a tea room.
Yes, we have our tea room, and this was something that I've always wanted. I have my 2 teenage girls, and I would throw these incredible birthday parties. Now they're teenagers, and they're like, all right, Mom, we're not doing themed birthday parties, even though they really are, because we just had a private one there. But I was able to create, well, Michael helped me create this tea room. He built me a 16-foot table and of all recycled wood. You walk into the tea room and you do feel like you're in a wonderland. And I have all like nice glassware, so everything that you're drinking and eating from is all glass, no paper, no plastic. I even sew
Oh, come on, no Dixie cups?
Nope.
Oh,
No.
man.
No.
Oh,
So like you
marvelous.
really feel special when you come into this tea room.
It's an event.
It is. And we have all different themes that we have. We just had our Beetlejuice one where we donated to the Tarpon Springs Choir, and they came and performed for us as well.
Neat.
And then half of them dressed up as ghosts, and we went around the table singing and dancing and everything. You're not just sitting there having tea. You're really just having fun. You're having a good time.
You're having
there.
an experience.
You are having an experience.
Because even English tea is an experience.
Yes.
But this is that with a wild twist
A
sometimes.
very big twist. Like I said, we had the Beetlejuice tea party, and I created a bunch of different food that went with themes. So we had like stuffed roaches, but it was dates with cream cheese, and we had pretzels that looked like cigarettes because of the Beetlejuice character in it. Then we did our Practical Magic tea party where we made scrubs and of lavender and rosemary and salt, which is what they talk about in the movie. So I
That's
try
right.
to put all the themes really fitting all the movies. So each one of them, we're doing a craft, we're enjoying food, singing, dancing, and with our tattoo parlor, what they do is they make flash tattoos with our tea parties. So during the Practical Magic tea party, somebody got a Practical Magic tattoo, which was like a cute little frog and some of the roses that was brought out from the movie.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun with that.
You could do team building.
Yes.
For offices, as well as girl parties. My
Yes.
brain is already running through. Who do I
Yeah.
want to invite?
Yes, I mean, there's so many different things that we even do in the tea room. We have doily mandala classes where we make great little dream catchers. We have somebody in our community that does law of attraction classes.
You do macrame classes.
I do macrame classes.
Ooh, that's throwback.
Yes, well, I do all different types of macrame, so I love the plant holders, little shelves, but what I like is the crystals like we have over here. Like I macrame the crystals into different types of jewelry, and our last macrame class was anklets with crystals, so we're learning about the energies of crystal, and we're macrameing during it, so there's always that homeschool part of me. We're always learning about something.
Right.
So that's what the tea room
Now, and
is
this
about.
is not a small little place, because normally when you hear someone say, I've got a tattoo parlor, or I've got a tea room, like, it's all shoved into 800 square feet.
no.
Yeah.
This
This is
is
a 6,000 square foot building.
6,000.
With a full
Yes.
retail store, the tattoo shop, the tea room, and then we have a fitness center, our workshop, and a room for the local
Yeah.
teams.
How does the fitness center fit into this?
So that's a part of art too. Michael teaches steel mace work, which is a flow.
Yes.
So, and that in itself is an art, I think.
Yes,
So
it is.
he's able to teach the steel mace, which is gorgeous. I love the steel mace work.
It's
So this is
I'm,
a
I'm,
big
almost, I'm over here going, my brain's starting to think about all the questions. Now, but I've noticed something right here. You have something for
dogs.
For the dogs.
Yes. So one thing that we like to do is we bring in a lot of local businesses too, because that's how we started out as a small local business doing
Okay.
vendors. So this is from one of our vendors from Pupnik, and she makes these adorable dog. I can never say that word.
Charcuterie board.
Yes, there you go. So yeah, so we even have that. That's in itself art. Isn't that great?
Oh my gosh.
I know, that's adorable.
And yeah, rather than charcuterie, it's a dog cooterie board.
There you go. I could probably pronounce that one better.
So now, are you pet friendly?
We cannot be because of the tattoo shop.
That's right, it's gotta stay-
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah,
So we
hygienic.
cannot.
Yep.
Yes,
But
we
we
cannot
are
bring
pet
them.
friendly. We love
But
pets.
you are.
We love the pets, and we have stuff for them.
So you can literally, if someone can walk in there and they should never walk out empty-handed.
Absolutely.
How could you?
Absolutely.
We have gifts for everybody. and
Now,
you can
is that
find a gift for
Cthulhu
everybody.
based? The right, that one?
What is this?
Is that Cthulhu based?
Yes. So we have a whole host of these steampunky sculptures in our
Yes.
building.
Okay,
So we have some ones that are gorillas and some fish and some.
Trying to keep
I
like the
can't think of
Tarpon
the,
Springs theme.
like a kind of a shrimpy thing. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is, but it's
a
amazing.
quill or
It's
something, I
amazing.
think they call it.
But we have so much to see. It's all about the vibe. It's all about the experience. It's all about coming to visit us. And
I'm literally
it's our
leaving
minds
town, and when
put
I get
together.
back, I am coming. Matter of fact, I may call you and just we do an interview. Oh my gosh, we are out of time. Holy
And we
cow.
brought
We brought gifts for you guys too.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
My bag's bigger than your
look at
bag.
this.
I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my
But your
God.
bag would be great. You'll
we
love
make
this.
all the earrings
Look
as
at the
well.
earrings.
Wow, you're right.
Okay.
That 9
We're
minutes
gonna-
went quick.
Open. Okay. Look at these wooden earrings. Oh my gosh.
Bigfoot socks.
and I
You
have
know
wooden-
me well. Oh my gosh.
These are going on.
We're going to go over a little
Wearing
bit.
them.
Sorry, everybody.
Thank you.
But thank
Oh,
you
you
very,
got it.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Boy, you read me like a book.
Ribbon cutting, Thursday,
okay.
November 30th,
Yes.
5
Yes.
o'clock. Be there or be square.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for coming
Thank
on.
you.
We
Yeah,
do
that went
appreciate
quick.
it. Hey, look, we'll be right back. We got some fur babies coming. I know I've been teasing it. It's time. We'll be right back after these messages. Hey, everybody, we're back, and finally, we got the fur babies.
Look at them.
I got Rebecca Merchant. You're a returning superstar.
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Now, we talked to you when you first opened up, and now you're going gangbusters.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. 3 years later.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's been 3
Yeah,
years.
it's been 3 years.
Wow.
Through
And you
COVID.
brought the two. No, these are yours.
Yes, these are mine.
This is Gilbert and Gary.
Yep.
And I have to say, the whole time that they've been here, you didn't know they were here. And that's unusual.
Well, and they just are so well behaved. Not only are they beautiful, but they were just, okay, taking it all in and just enjoying it.
Yep. You should have seen him. He was over there in his basket and he was just watching everybody and the little TV. You could see the TV over there. So it was great.
Ah, yes. And Gary, we weren't sure if you were going to behave because you're supposed to be a yapper, but nope.
No.
He's like all chill.
He's being
He's
perfect.
just chilling.
Super chill.
Yes.
So let's tell everybody at home what you do.
Well, I own Dockside Doggies Pet Grooming in Tarpon Springs, and we're an all-natural pet grooming salon that actually specializes in dogs that are misbehave or have been kicked out of other grooming salons. And we work one by one and just make them feel as comfortable as they can to create all their good hygiene needs and make sure that they love coming into there.
And you say you're all natural.
Yep.
Let's talk about
I used a yucca-based shampoo, and so because a lot of dogs have allergies around here, especially during this time of year when it's rainy and dry and stuff like that, we get a lot of yeast infections and stuff like that, and all that
Okay.
stuff cures it naturally. You don't have to go. I actually just found these. They're like tags, and they go on the collars. They're rechargeable, and they repel fleas and ticks and mosquitoes. So you don't
Wow.
have to give the dogs oral pills and stuff like
That's
that because
nice.
the topical
Really?
stuff doesn't even work here in Florida, unfortunately. So
Oh,
I got
yeah.
a lot of people that are snowbirds that they use like the front line and stuff like that up there, and when they come down here, they end up having a problem because the fleas are immune to it down here for some
Right.
reason.
Oh, no.
Now, how long does how long does the charge last? Do you know?
The charge lasts for at least 2 weeks, and
Okay.
then you go, sometimes even more, it all depends. And then you just charge it overnight when they're sleeping, and so it lasts pretty long, for my
That
opinion.
is
And
phenomenal.
the actual thing usually lasts for a couple years. So.
Dogs or
Oh,
and cats or just
Mhm.
dogs?
Yep, dogs and cats.
Really?
But I prefer if your cat's an inside-outside cat because it does hang from the collar. That it's not very. That's the only downside about the thing because cats they usually have the break-off collars, so you'll
Yes.
lose it and stuff
Yep,
like that.
yep.
So.
So okay, let's tell everybody where you're at.
I'm right outside of downtown Tarpon Springs. In a great location. You can see me everywhere, and I always say I'm a hidden gem because sometimes the first time you try to find me, you can't find me.
I know.
And
It's
so
right in front of your face.
Yep, it's right in front of your face, and it's right on the main strip of Alternate 19. So
Okay.
Right
yep.
near Anytime Fitness.
Yep, it's diagonal across the street from Anytime Fitness.
Oh, so you're like, okay.
Yep.
Now I know where.
Yeah.
Because I said Dockside, I'm like, oh, she's down on Dodecanesis.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
wish.
like, woo, good for you, girl.
I wish.
Yeah, no, we like having you in the downtown area because
Yep.
that whole area of downtown is going that direction.
It is. Everything's moving down towards that direction. There's an
Right.
awesome new brewery that just opened up next
Swan
door.
City,
Yep.
yes.
So they get to drop the dogs off and then go have lunch. And by the time they're done with lunch, they come back over. So it's great for
That-
all of our small businesses here in Tarpon Springs.
So I was going to say, do you take walk-ins?
For nail trims, I do.
Okay.
And sometimes I can squeeze a bath in for walk-ins. But other than that, it's grooming is by appointment
By
only.
appointment. Because Now- you're
busy.
Yes.
Is
Yep.
there a size limit?
No. As long as you can fit in my tub, you're welcome.
You mean if I can fit in your tub or my
humans,
no,
humans cost
John.
extra.
Oh, woo, but there's that. I didn't hear her say no. I'm just saying.
Bite
Okay,
him.
that is
Bite
absolutely
him.
phenomenal.
But yeah, no, it's awesome because like I was on here 3 years ago, probably 6 months into when I opened up the shop, and
Mhm.
I went out on a whim and didn't have one customer when I opened that shop. And everybody has told word of mouth is the best with this kind of business, and
Mhm.
everybody's told their friends and their neighbors and just overall the community. It's awesome.
Word of mouth and TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes. And
TikTok would love them.
Yes, they
Oh
would.
my gosh.
I actually do a cat. His name's Rocco, and he's TikTok famous.
Oh,
so,
no
and he's
kidding.
a beautiful, large cat, and he's awesome. One of the
Yeah.
best cats that I do.
Well, these two are just so well behaved. I'm looking at these paws here, and I mean, the grooming and the clip and everything is just so perfectly done. I know I'm going to get kisses over here too, but just beautifully done. You guys are perfect examples.
So
You're-
yes,
and you're
what
honest
days are you
work.
open?
I'm open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to whenever I close. I try to have personal life, so I like to try to get out
Why?
by 5.
You're a business owner.
Yeah,
We
I
don't get that
know.
anymore.
I know, but during the holidays times, I'm usually there from like 9 to 7 or 8, just
Okay.
because a lot of people, they see their mom's dog when they come in from up north, and they're
Right.
like, oh, we didn't get in. So I have a lot of other people that are trying to squeeze in, so I try to make it good for everybody.
Yeah, and you walk in there and it is busy, but I can go down there and get my doggy fixed because I don't have one right now.
Yep.
And it's
I
like
have one for you if you really want one.
One of these
I'm
days,
just
she's
saying.
going to put me to work, babe, with the
Yeah,
shampooing.
she sure might.
Well, there's something.
You'll
See,
still
that's,
have fun.
That's one thing you don't have to be trained for. You just shampoo them and you have fun with them. And they
It's
love
the
it.
grooming part with the
Yeah,
all this,
that's where I'm
that's
not
where
good
the-
at, yeah.
That's
Yep,
where
but
all the
believe it or
work-
not, it all starts in the bath, because the bath and blowout is how, you've got to brush the hair out, especially with the standard poodles. They're very fine, or even the doodles, they're very fine and kinky and curly hair. So like us, when we go to the salon, you got to get a blowout, and their hair is completely straight
I
afterwards.
know
and
nothing
stuff.
about that.
I mean, you know a little
Well,
bit
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so now do you recommend that the dogs get bathed like frequently or not
It
frequently?
all depends on the dogs. Some dogs
Okay, it's the
have to be
breed.
bathed frequently,
Okay.
and then other dogs, they can go 6 months without being bathed, and you'd never know it. So it all depends on the activities that the
Not
dogs are
mine.
doing. Some of them
Oh.
just smell.
Oh,
I have one
it's
dog
just
that she
like-
just has like a body odor, and so she comes in very frequently. But most of
Okay.
the time, it's between 4 and 8 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think hounds, because they do
Yeah.
have a specific gland,
Mhm.
that probably need to be
Yep,
done
they do get a
regularly.
little stinky, and every dog has their own different smell.
Mine
too,
does,
so-
and it's a hound.
Yep.
It is just. It's like we can wash her, and then a week later, it's like,
Yep.
really.
You're probably not using the right stuff.
I use Dawn.
I mean, that's good, but
That's supposed to
I'll
be
have to
the.
send you some stuff. You're moving, so.
But I really do like I like the idea of a collar that keeps them. So I'm not feeding them the crap, and I'm not putting the junk on their
I've had
back.
a lot of dogs that have had
chemicals.
like neurological problems because of the 5-in-1 flea pills that they're giving now. And just like us, you had the holistic from White Plains
Yes,
Clinic
yeah.
that I've been there before. And so I like to do holistic stuff too, because it's all about our bodies, and just like them, they're self-healing just like we are. So, yeah.
And they'll let you know when they're not happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
No.
I think this is happiness and just little.
I mean, it's just like,
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's
Oh,
so good.
that's
huh?
awesome.
And everybody loves Gary, huh?
I love Gary, but I'm digging Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert's a real good boy.
Gilbert's like, I'm chill.
Yep.
I'm good.
But
I'm
Just hanging
good.
out.
I like the ones who are like a little bit of an imp.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what's the best way that people can reach out to you?
Over the phone, you just pick up
Okay.
and call. I can answer any questions that you have. You can actually text the cell phone number that we have up there, and you can inquire on Facebook as well. Through the Tarpon Springs community page, people ask for recommendations for
see
dogs,
that
and
often.
sometimes it's overwhelming that how many people just,
Right.
tag me and stuff like that. And I'm very thankful and proud that I'm able to service all of our fur babies' hygiene needs in our community.
Well,
You've built a
I was
tremendous
gonna say,
reputation.
I am
I
very,
tried very
I'm
hard.
very
You've done
proud.
a very
I
good
normally you'll never hear me say I'm proud, but I'm proud of because this young lady came on 3 years ago now. I didn't even know it was 3 years ago. And then, I'm like, when she left, I'm like, man, that girl's starting with nothing, not one client, no nothing. I hope she makes it. And look at you now. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's like a proud papa.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming on. I
Thank you for
appreciate
having me
Thank you
again.
too for coming on. Stick around. Me and Gene are going to talk about all the cool stuff that's going on with the Tarpon Springs Chamber of Commerce. We'll be right back after these messages. Hey everybody, welcome back. And guess what? I have got Gene Hungevel, the president of the Greater Tarpon Springs Chamber of Commerce. I am so proud of you.
Why?
Because you have been, I actually went back and checked the whole year. Not one.
No
person.
kidding.
Yep.
We didn't have any duds.
No duds.
Well, I will tell you, this one was a lot of fun to put together because it was very eclectic.
It was.
And it was just neat. I don't know how it came together. It came together early this time too.
And we had a returning superstar.
Oh, she's amazing.
Right? And then we had the
What the Funk.
The What the Funk guy. Oh my God, that has just got me. Then I knew the other one. I knew Stephanie, Dr. Stephanie. I've known her whole life.
That's
other
so
than a
cool.
couple of years. I found a web guy. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Right? I mean.
And the thing is, the web guy and the What the Funk are brand new members, like within the last 2 weeks. So it was like, we got to get you
And
on.
who doesn't like talking baseball?
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's like,
yes.
Come on, folks.
Jason.
I'm going to do this thing. What is it? Well, I see this on here. Are you not entertained?
Yes.
That's a
I
commercial.
know. I
But so, yes, I mean, it's been really good. And now we get to talk about all the great stuff that's going on with the chamber.
Yeah, just the same old, same old.
There's no such thing
Every
as same old.
single week.
Every week is different.
But you know what makes this all happen?